Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Big Dice Energy, the only D&D show in recent memory that will accept cannibalism with open arms into the group and even describe it as cute within the first 6 episodes. Guaranteed. So how is everyone this week?
We did do that, did we?
You did do that. That is a thing that happened, that is actual fact. So, joining me this week, as always, is our spectacular players. Introducing themselves, as always, we have M.
Hello, I play Ian, and I do art for the show.
She does. There is Randolph.
Hi, I'm Randolph. I play Desmond.
That's not Randolph. But
Oh, sorry, I had something stuck in my throat.
we have Lara.
Hi, I'm Lara. I play Lydia, the half-elf bard.
We have Morgan.
Hi, I'm Morgan, and I play Lionette.
We have Amanda.
Hello, I play Hyana, the halfling ranger.
We have Misha.
Hello, I'm Misha, and I play Amanj, the monk.
Yeah. And I, of course, am your tolerant dungeon master, Dominic, or Dom, Domsky, Domaniac, whatever you wish to call me, is all good in love and war. But as always, we have a few announcements, more announcements than usual this week. Some good, some bad. We'll start with the good ones. We have, as of recently, an official YouTube channel that I'm sure Lara would love to talk about.
Woohoo! We do. We have a brand new YouTube channel. That's our official channel. If you search Big Dice Energy, you can go back and see all of our episodes that are edited down to one because Dom's internet. But I think we fixed that. And you can get all of our character intros. And going forward, hopefully all the new episodes will be uploaded there by Monday.
Absolutely.
It's very cool.
Go ahead and in chat, go ahead and type !YouTube to get the link to our brand new official YouTube channel for Big Dice Energy. It's going to be great.
Ooh,
subscribe, ring that bell. We're YouTubers now. We are, dare I say it, influencers.
Oh my god.
And as always, we have a word from Misha onto our spectacular website.
Yeah, if you're like, YouTube's lame, I only deal with bespoke websites, then you can go to bigdiceenergy.com and see information about us and old episodes and stuff like that. I am maybe slightly behind on uploading the last episode because of family things, but it'll be up there soon, and I'm sorry.
But we got the URL bigdiceenergy.com, so fight us.
And it was a big get, yeah. I did have to murder someone for it.
Websitegit.com. We have another interesting announcement this week. M, I believe you have art to talk about.
Yes, so I've recently been out of work because of my graphics tablet breaking, but I am getting a new one. So commissions will be open within the next few weeks, and I will also be working on art for the show. So character art, little doodles, all kinds of stuff, and it'll be cute.
And where can they find you?
You can find me at Heckin' Chameleon on Ko-fi, Instagram.
There you go. Fantastic. So go ahead and commission M for all of your awesome arty needs. And our last announcement this week is, unfortunately, next week our amazing Morgan and Lara will not be able to join us as they have real life things to atone for, I'm sure. So they will not be here next week. So we may be doing something a little bit different, or we may just take that week off, which is funny seeing as my whole spiel last week about never taking a week off. But we'll let you know. Go ahead and either follow me or the official Big Dice Energy Twitter for updates on that. So that is !Twitter in chat for my specific Twitter, or hashtag BDE for all of the official website stuff. So that'll be the official website, that'll be the Twitter, and I believe our Instagram is on there as well in chat. So we have those commands ready for you guys. So that is all, I believe. So without further ado, I think we should play some Dungeons and Dragons, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we shouldn't. So
Maybe
we'll
we
be
should
right
play
back
Vampire.
after we should play Vampire. We'll be right back after our animated intro with some Big Dice Energy.
When the lightning rock hits the sky, the wait will soon be over.
2 years after a bloody civil war, the tyrannical King Marcellus IV seems to have had a change of heart. Even as the people of Yagradal rebuild under his newly beneficent rule, the appearance of new and devilish foes means that heroes must rise up.
And we are back, everyone. So, getting into the game proper. Whoa. Previously, on Big Dice Energy, Ian, I believe your mic is still doing the thing. So, try and fix that. But, nonetheless, the group found themselves getting into trouble underground, under the privately owned town of Sutton, having to make a deal with the shady Mayor Bertolt Hayek to work for him, or he'd essentially kill you all there and then for sticking your nose into affairs that you maybe shouldn't have. There was some sneaking done by Hyana, while the rest of the party heard their first quest from Elias, to take a cut symbol of the kingdom of Yagradal to the mountain known as the Uhm, and meet with their leader of the tribe that occupies the base of it, known as Borba the Horn, and convince him in some way not to destroy the town, and to stop extorting them for money and valuables each month. You all met up and had some discussions, one with Oloruk, who seemed reluctant to divulge information on the fight he had with Borba that basically started this whole mess, whilst some of you went shopping and some sent letters. You all met back up once more and made your ways west through the open northeastern fields of Yagradal. At one point, you all found yourselves having to set up camp just off the road and rest. And that is when you were all attacked by a hunting group of goblins with an ogre that primarily used chains as a weapon with them. You managed to fight them off while sending one of them into a slumber. You waited this time to speak with the survivor and manage to convince him to stick around with you all for the night. Despite his clear tribal and cannibalistic nature, you also learned he may have a tribe near where you are resting, somewhere. And you also learned his name, Keck. In the morning, however, getting an idea that Keck was not in fact the navigator of his group and had no idea where he was going, and also that he may have had bad intentions with you all, you set him loose and let him go his own way. And then you all started to make your way west once more. And then, during the late afternoon, you crested atop a large hillside to see just off in the distance the Uhm, the colossal singular mountaintop that acts as the home base to the Uhnrisers, the tallest mountain in Yagradal, reaching into the clouds themselves. And that is where we pick up. So, to reiterate, you all see this now. The colossal singular mountaintop in front of you, reaching itself into the clouds and possibly above. Around the base, you see going all the way around the mountain, hard wooden walls lined with blood, gore, and rotting corpses, some stuck to the walls themselves, some just heads on spikes. Clearly an intimidation tactic. What would you guys like to do?
I mean, we have to go there, right?
I keep approaching what I think will be the main gate, but also trying to be perceptive of what's going on around me in case they have archers.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. We should talk before we go
Okay,
in.
let's talk before we go in. What are we-
Yeah, I think
what
we
do we
have a
need to know?
plan A, B, and C. Don't ask me what they are. When A is that I could
A is you talk to them.
persuade, them to stop ransacking the town.
Using what? What leverage? What persuasion
My
tactic?
amazing voice. Oh,
Uh,
I have one. Let's talk about Plan B while I remember what that is, though.
Plan B, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure, is challenging him to gladiatorial combat.
That's true.
right.
Oh, I was going to mention that he doesn't have. I mean, the town's out of money. He doesn't have much to go on, and ransacking the town won't get him anything. But if he lessens those payments by a lot, it will be a much more longevity in it. Does that work?
Sure.
Yeah, what he is demanding was what? About 1,000 gold over what the taxes provide. So
I think it was 6,000, but regardless, clearly this has to do with his feud with the mayor, and I think that's where the real source of this is going to lie.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have a feud with the mayor, though. He just is mad that Olerin
He was
disrespected
banished,
him, right?
and he came back with retaliation.
yeah, well, the fight led to the feud between him and Oloruk led to a brawl, and then they were banished by the mayor. So the feud is with both, kind of, I guess.
Got it.
We also have the chip saying that, I mean, the town could publicly announce Baba as the one true fighter, kind of help his ego a little bit. They could have a Boba Day that, again, we don't have to deal with, but he might like that.
I'll leave that up to you, Lydia. You're a little better at reading the air.
Yeah, I guess we'll wait and see.
Diana, looks at Lionette do we know the same Lydia?
She's better at
Tragic.
it than me.
Sometimes I'm really good at it.
Fair enough. Sometimes. Okay, well, anyways, let's just... Starting a fight is plan B. I'm not actually sure what plan C is.
Run
Plan
away.
C was Right, running away and trying to lead them back through the. Well, we didn't actually find out where the goblins were, so I don't think we can do that. But
I feel like a good plan is also, now that I'm looking at these walls, we disappear and never come back here again.
no,
Oh my,
I'm-
we don't have that option.
No, haha, joking, obviously, ha.
Yeah,
But
I love it. It's a great idea, except for the part where the mayor has people who will hunt us down if we don't
Yeah.
do this. So you know what? Let's put on our happy faces and try to get along and support Lydia in whatever bullshit comes out of her mouth.
I like that plan.
Okay.
Okay. So,
I continue forward towards the gate.
okay.
The rest of us follow, I guess.
Good to know. So, you all take the next 30 or so minutes to make your way to what you can see are the closest gates to you. These tall, towering wooden gates on chains with 2 guard towers, one either side. Now that you're closer, you really get a feel and just an idea of how big these walls and gates are, reaching maybe 20 to 25 feet up, with these jagged spikes coming off of the tops. Fairly unclimbable. And these 2 gigantic guard towers that go maybe 50 feet up. You all approach, and there is silence. And then you all get a cold chill down your spines as you hear a voice shout from one of the guard towers down to you. Halt! And you hear like the
I halt.
notching of crossbows.
Yeah.
Elena, do you have the thing? Get out the thing.
Yeah, I present the pendant and say that we're here to speak to your chief, Borba.
Who you be?
We are representatives from the town of Sutton, and we have a lucrative deal for Borba, Mr. Horn.
You look up and see that there are maybe... You know what? Go ahead and give me perception checks, whoever wishes to.
I got a 14.
Okay.
Got to 20.
It's gonna be an 11 for me. We're starting this off strong today.
22.
See none. 2.
Okay.
Desmond.
So, Misha, no, I don't know what your thing is, Misha, but Amanj, Lionette, and Ian, you look up and see that there are maybe 20 or so arrows and bolts pointed in your direction. And you see the individual that is just looking down, talking to you, this large orcish individual with a big bulbous nose in front of his face that is almost pig-like and pushed up. These 2 tusks that come out of his mouth, pure green skin, and fairly bloody armor, hide maybe. He's staring at you with his pure brown eyes. Lara, go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Already, yikes. 19.
Hell yeah.
Okay. You watch as that individual, staring down at you all, steps away from the side and disappears out of sight.
Do you
But
think it worked?
the arrows and bolts stay pointed.
Guess we'll just have to wait and see.
You wait. and you wait for a good 5, 10, 15 minutes before anything happens. And then you hear as the gates slowly begin to open.
Did the crossbows go down?
You look up and watch as half stop aiming at you. You then watch as the gates slide open, and walking out are 2 individuals. One is the same orcish individual that you saw up in the tower, just standing there with what looks to be a mole on his back, just ready at any one given time. And then one individual that, thinking back, the majority of you recognize. A large, hulking half-orc man that, for a half-orc, is fairly handsome and well-kept. Well-kept green skin, a single large tusk where the other seems to have snapped off. Various scars across his arms, wears basic hide-looking armor with 2 large hammers to his sides. A tattoo of a mountain with a lightning bolt coming from the sky onto the top is tattooed directly on his right bicep, that are fairly big. You watch as he walks out, his blue eyes just scanning you all. He smiles. So, and then stops for a second, watches. I recognize you.
Sir, we've met in the mayor's house. Mayor Bertal, we were there when you dealt your last partnership feeling.
Oh, yes. I remember now.
It's an honor to meet you. We are a band of interesting people that represent the city of Sutton. And can I just say, it is an honor to meet the one true fighter of Lux. I didn't expect him to be so handsome, though.
You got 3 things wrong in that sentence. 1. Sutton is a township, not a city. 2. You're more of a band of misfits than anything else. And 3. I am Grink the Skull Crusher.
And he gives a deep bow.
Not the leader of this place.
You look like such a great fighter. Excuse my mistake.
Make a persuasion check.
Hannah just has her head in her hands. Like...
Oh god.
20?
20.
Nice.
He smiles, this cheeky grin off the corner of his mouth.
I like this one.
Nice.
Come! It seems the Storm Herald would like a word.
Storm Herald.
Is the... Excuse me, sir. Is the Storm Herald, Mr. Horn?
Yes. The Storm Herald is Mr. Horn.
He just shakes his head in comedic effect and then begins to walk back into the camp.
Hannah remembers, like, flirting with this orc. And it's just like, I guess I'm gonna lean into that, and just starts walking.
So,
Wait, what?
As we all... Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, carry on.
As we follow, Amansha's just gonna whisper a prayer to Cord and be like, if Borba is really your chosen, then I hope we can deal with him fairly. If he is not, I hope you lend me the strength to put him in his place.
Okay, good to know. So, when you enter the camp and are being escorted through, you see that the majority of homes here are either tents or roughly made wooden and hay structures. The majority of the populace seems to be the races that you'd expect within a tribe. Orcs, a few humans, ogres, goblins, and a few halflings and elves that seem to all be mixed in as well. As well as roaming 15 to 20 foot giant humans with grey rock-like skin that are scattered throughout the area. Giants. Currently you see around 8 within the area. You also spot through the harsh eyes on you and the clearly angered tribal individuals just to the left of your group as you're walking through the main, what would be street, essentially, of this campsite. A group of around 7 or so smaller people, children, currently not fully noticing your arrival. You watch as they're playing some sort of game with pebbles on a large tree trunk that has been repurposed as a table. You watch as one child, a small orcish boy, throws a pebble and it hits another off the table and smashes it towards you all. A few of the children begin running after the pebble which flew in your direction. At this point, when they're all running over, they notice you all being escorted into the camp and stop. 3 orcish children, 2 boys, 1 girl, already looking like they're going to grow up to be warriors. What appears to be 2 small, green-skinned goblinoid children that appear cute at first, but then they reveal their many sharpened teeth as they smile at you all. A human girl with extremely long black hair in braids, and what appears to be an already 6 foot tall, grey-skinned Goliath child. They all watch as you enter and the camp goes completely silent. You are escorted directly in a straight line towards the mountain itself, where you see a large, open, oval entrance going into the side of the mountain with various tribalistic carvings carved all around the entrance, with one that stands out to you all at the very top of this. The visage of a mountain with a lightning bolt coming from the clouds into the top of it. You are escorted within, past 2 large, pure orcish guards in heavy metallic armor, and down a long, fire-lit hallway carved with stone, until eventually you come into a large, open space. Carved brown brick lines your path, with white marble either side, going into basic cobblestone. 6 gigantic stone beams support the room, and right in front of you, not but 100 feet or so away, you see a built platform with 2 steps going up to a pure stone throne, and a terrifying sight sitting upon it. You see a 7'6" Goliath man with grey skin with a greenish tint, completely hairless apart from a slight white chin-strap beard. Clearly a Goliath, a half-giant, yet he has a point to his ears, and tusks. Many tribalistic tattoos across his body and face, He is extremely muscular. His arms like tree trunks that are holding a large sword in the ground next to him that is more wide than a normal greatsword. Sort of Buster Blade-esque. See that he is currently in the ground as he is leaning back, sitting in his chair. Looking around the room, you see that there are around 8 or so guards just watching you. Some close to the pathway, some a little bit further away. And Grenk walks you in with a smile, turns around. Might I introduce the great Storm Herald of the Dragon Breaker, Uhnriser, chosen of Cord and the one true ruler of Lux, Borba the Horn. And he goes into a deep bow, putting both of his arms out in a flourish, and begins walking backwards through your group, smiles as he walks past you all, and then turns around and leaves.
We also bow.
Yes,
And if
I
I'm going to
bow.
bow, and if no one else is bowing, I'm going to grab them.
I bow.
No, I'm going to bow.
Yeah, Hannah bows.
I get pulled down into a bow.
Okay. You wait there, bowing for a few seconds. Do all of you just do a quick bow and then come back up?
Yeah, but a good bow.
Okay. Before anyone has a chance to speak, you immediately hear, as you begin to stand back up to your full height, a voice come from the left-hand side of you. This scratchily and nasally voice. Just say, "You dare stand without the Storm Herald's permission?" As looking over, you see this older orcish man, still muscular but weathered. A small tuft of grey hair on his chin. He wears basic animal hides all across his body, and a large round hat of some kind with various spikes sticking out of the top of it, and baubles dangling down. He also wears various chains and pendants of animal bones and skulls. And he also appears to have many of what looks to be toadstools and fungi actually growing off of him. He begins to approach and just... and then dish, 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 it just slams his quarterstaff on the ground. You see the baubles on the end of his quarterstaff just begin to shake and shimmer as he does so. And then a voice from the back of the room at the throne just... Quiet! And the room just silence once more. Shamakin, you will step back. And you watch as the orc,
Yes, my lord.
steps back a few spaces. So, what brings you to my throne?
Hannah just like looks at Lydia like, "You got this, I hope."
May I address you and step forward, O strapping, sturdy, powerful built one?
He just stares.
I take that as a yes, and then I kind of step forward and say, "Excuse me if I step on my words a bit. I've never met a man so rugged and muscular. Powerful Storm Herald. We've come to talk to you about the partnership you have with the township of Sutton." Does he respond in any way yet?
He
Can I read
just
his face?
sticks his chin up a little bit in acknowledgement.
Yes, you know it. See, we've come on the word of the mayor, Bertolt Teak. You see, the farms only bring in so many taxes, and the way you're taking money now can only last 1 month, maybe 2 tops. And sacking the city won't get you anything. Believe me, I've looked. They've got nothing. They're just poor farmers. So, if you were to lessen the payments, we were thinking this could turn into a very lucrative long con and a very good partnership between you and Bertolt. And you have choices. You could take a smaller percentage of the taxes or a percentage of the profit they make off their yearly harvest. Believe me, long cons are much more profitable than the short ones. You could thrive for generations. Is that something you would be interested in?
There is just silence throughout the room as you're talking. Your voice echoes in the room. Borba leans forward, still holding on to the great blade next to him that is embedded in the ground. Do you take me as a con man, half-blood?
Not at all. I understand that you joined a partnership with them from one very rude blacksmith in that town. So I totally understand your partnership with them. I'm just trying to make it more lucrative for all involved. Official.
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Insight. Well, 18.
18, not bad. One thing you do notice, as you're talking, he seems to be somewhat listening, but he's also looking past you at the rest of your group. You sort of look back as you're speaking and then look back to him, and each time you notice that he is studying you. All of you, each and every one of you, one by one.
Hannah meets his eyes. I got my pride.
He meets yours, stares for a few seconds, and looks away to the next person, and to the next, and to the next, until all of you have been studied. And then, Lydia, you finish what you just said, and he just stares back at you, lets go of his blade, and leans in his throne.
You could add it to your title. The true ruler of Sutton.
And why would I want to rule a shithole like Sutton?
Well, maybe if you take some of the taxes and put it back to, I don't know, maybe replenish the land, they could grow more crops, better crops, which in turn would get you more taxes, and you could help revive it.
Their land is not but shit. They couldn't grow good crop if they were given miracles by the gods themselves.
May I say something?
He looks past
I'm looking at Lydia.
and and sees you.
I got back in line so Amanj can go up.
Step forward slightly and say, I was privileged to see you fight in Lux and was awestruck by your strength. Now circumstances have taken me to Sutton, and I agree, it is a shithole. Especially with a shitty mayor. Whether or not you want to deal with that town, that of course is up to you. You make those decisions, but this arrangement that you have right now, as Lydia said, it cannot continue. There is no more money in Sutton, and there is no glory in beating again those who have already been beaten. This is not a show of strength. It is just grinding people further into the dirt. Thank you.
Go ahead and give
Go
me a
back.
persuasion check.
Oh, yeah, with my really good charisma. Eek.
Oof.
It's a 3! No!
Okay. He just stares at you. Looks past you to the rest of the group.
Why have you come here? What is your reasoning? What is your plan?
Hannah looks at the rest of the group and then I think kind of steps forward and is like, to be frank, he's got us by the short and curlies. If we didn't have to be here, we wouldn't be here.
He sort of looks around the room at each guard. Sort of stares at the orc, the old orc, Shamakeen, and just stares there for a second. You watch as Shamakeen nods to Borba. Borba nods back. Looks back to you, specifically. Hey, Anna.
So, forced into a situation. For what? Redemption? Strength?
I don't think Hyanna can stifle a laugh at the idea of redemption. And says, no, for life. We want to keep being alive, and it'll be difficult if we don't at least attempt to talk you around.
As also life for the rest of the people of Sutton who are not party to the original argument or the disagreement between the people of the Un and the mayor of Sutton. They too deserve life.
He looks amongst the group. And then she says,
You care about this town?
Yeah, actually.
We care about the innocent people, the ones that did nothing to deserve to die. They are not part of this fight. We only stand for them, not for the mayor, not for the town, for no one else. We stand for the people, the ones who will be the ones to get hurt. We want to help them. And that's it.
Then you are better than the mayor they have. Yet you were sent here by him.
Not by choice.
I
He's making us
understand.
do this.
It is interesting.
And he sits back in his throne. You hear the of the actual wall behind the throne actually moving a little bit with his weight.
Sir, in all honesty, we would like to see someone else in a seat of power in that town to watch over it, but we don't know it well enough to suggest anybody. But we are all on agreements with the mayor.
No men in power within your kingdom.
And he spits on the ground.
Deserve their place. Especially
all
not.
of Yagradal?
Especially not Bertolteuk. But that is none of my concern. I do not know you. I do not know what you do. I do not know what you have done, nor what you are capable of. You do not have my respect.
But we could earn it, is what you're saying.
Perhaps.
Well, we've been known to take care of things for people. What do you need done?
What can we do?
He looks back over to Shamakeen. Shamakeen just, as of right now, is staring at all of you wide-eyed, this almost crazed look, with a smile. Then looks over to Borba. Nods. Borba looks back to all of you. This slow look.
You will be tested. I have 2 tasks for you that you will complete in their entirety. When this is done, your town of Sutton will be left be.
Fantastic.
But first, you must show me that you are worthy of my tasks.
And he leans forward once more, placing his hand back on the sword. As he does so, you watch as his hand grasps the blade and he turns it in the ground, almost just cutting the actual stone that is embedded like it is butter. And you watch as his entire form, this crackling blue lightning, just begins to just appear around his form, his eyes gleaming with it.
You will be tested in one-on-one combat.
Guess it's plan B then.
Between one of your best and one of mine. Filia!
And he looks to his right this time. And you watch as, stepping from the shadows, is an individual. You hear the of their heavy footfalls on the ground. As coming out, you see a 7'2" female half-giant, Goliath. Grey skin, extremely long brown hair that hits the ground, that is braided at the back all the way down. Wearing finely crafted blackened scale armor. She has a large mole on her back, a shield on her right arm, and a flail to her side. Various tribal tattoos all over her torso, and more so the face. You hear Borba speak once more. This is our greatest warrior, Philia. And you watch as Philia just steps around 10 feet away from the throne and stares forward at you all. And
I volunteer.
No.
She looks at you.
Okay.
So, it is you that I will be fighting this day.
Lionette, are you sure?
Dueling's my specialty.
Hey, Lionette, why don't you do that thing where you click your fingers and you turn giant, and then I just give her the eyes to click her fingers.
All right. She clicks her fingers.
As she clicks her fingers, I use 2 of my sorcery points to subtle spell and use enlarge on Lionette.
Hell yes.
Okay. Desmond,
My word.
go ahead and give me a deception check.
Oh no.
Deception.
Charisma is his thing.
Can we do help?
Oh.
10.
10?
Please tell me that's enough. Oh
I
god.
mean, it makes it a more fair fight.
You
I was like,
watch
can we help
as-
by like nodding and being like, yes, that thing.
No, it would be... No.
Fair.
You watch as the room goes silent once more, as Lionette just doubles in size, now hulking over every single other person in this room, around 12 to 13 foot tall. Her armor and her weapons grow with her, and she is just gigantic. And you watch as, from the left-hand side of the room, the nasally voice comes through once more.
There will be no magic here.
You. And he stares at Desmond.
Desmond, no. Oh god.
Diana stands in front of Desmond.
He didn't mean to. He has these urges. Sometimes he can't help it.
He's not very smart.
I'm trying not to step on anybody.
Drop it.
Desmond.
My lord, if you would have a group of individuals that would cheat in your throne room, then I suggest we throw them in the cells and feed them to the lions.
No, we didn't mean to cheat. It was purely an accident.
Did
We
not mean
apologize.
to cheat.
Hannah's just gonna spend this entire time in this town with her head in her hands, basically, I guess.
We didn't discuss the terms of the fight. We know them now. You will drop the spell, and we can proceed.
The electricity is still arcing through Borba, and you just hear his voice, now echoed even more so throughout the chamber, just say,
This will be a fair fight. 1-on-1. No enchantments. Weapon on weapon.
How tall is she again? Not Lionette, but the half-orc?
Philia,
Or half-giant?
the half-giant, around 7'2".
Alright.
Now, will this be your charge?
And he stares at Lionette.
Desmond, drop it.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry, Mr. Fuck. Drop. I don't know how to drop it.
Just end concentration.
Hannah just like smacks him in the back of the head.
Drops it.
Okay. You watch as Lionette and just grows back to her normal size.
Great sound effect.
It's an adorable sound effect for the tension.
Full on Super Mario, he just got hit. You watch as Philia just is getting angry, it seems. And she just
And it's still pretty tall, right?
goes onto her back and takes the maul off, swings it in one motion and hits it against the ground. You actually see there are now cracks in the ground where she hits. Step forward.
Okay, let's do this.
It has been so long since I've had a good fight. Show me what you have.
And she and takes it two-handed and waits. At this point, you watch as 4 of the guards begin to step between 4 different podiums and stand there with their swords out, almost like it is a square, almost ring to fight in. At that point, coming over to a map, Lionettes, I would like you guys to all place yourselves on the map over here, and Lionette, I would like you to place yourself over here and roll initiative.
Only Lionette is rolling, right?
Unless anyone else wants to suddenly get involved.
Nah.
Nope.
But you
We
very
good.
much can.
We've learned our lesson.
Okay. So remember to click your token and then...
Yes, I rolled a 16.
Okay, 16. Let me roll for Philia. I need to go on this real quick, just so I can roll for her, because I do a weird thing when it comes to rolling. Okay. And click her thing, click that. Okay, good to know. So, as the weapons are drawn and the boundaries are established for this fight, Lioness, you are up first.
Alright. She's gonna approach and swing.
Okay. You just run up to her and you watch as she readies herself for your attack.
That's a 10 to hit.
10 does not hit. You watch as she's readying herself and just almost knocks your longsword out of your hand with just pure strength as you step back a second and then back into a defensive stance.
Okay, so she is going to action surge then.
Instantly. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know how many turns this fight's gonna need.
Good to know.
That's a 12 to hit.
12 also misses.
Oh my god.
You
Pray
swing
for
once
me.
more with a scream, and this time you watch as Philia just takes a step back, her foot going just next to the boundary, and she just pivots, and it just goes past her. And it is now Philia's turn. She is going to, with that pivot, spin and go 5, 10 and come behind you, and then swing her maul out at you. There's a 15 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, you watch as it swings and you move and just barely put your shield in the way as it as there are just sparks that fly off. You watch as she smiles as she strikes. It's your turn.
Alright, swing it again. That is a
20.
That was a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
I don't know what I rolled though.
7 points slashing damage. Okay.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. So, as you break that maneuver and she is open just for a second, you sing and just stab into her side, and it goes through her scale mail and into her, and you actually see that there's a little bit of blood now trickling out, and she doesn't even show a sign of pain. She just smiles.
Half giants are hardy.
Okay, it is now her turn. She is going to swing with her maul once more. 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, that is 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And she is going to attempt to make this a trip attack.
What is that?
So I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Okay.
14.
That was a 14.
Just make it. As you stab and release, and she swings around and wide, and then goes for your legs. And she hits you in the legs, and you just barely manage to not buckle under the pressure of her attack. And you stay standing. But you still take that 7 points of bludgeoning damage, plus 1d8 of her superiority die.
Oh.
And an extra 3 points on top of that.
Alrighty.
Okay, that is her turn. Go ahead.
Swing again. That is a 16 to hit for 14.
16 just hits. 14 points of
I know her
slashing
armor class.
damage. Okay. She is going to use her Stone's Endurance, which is a thing that Goliaths can do in 5e, where as a reaction she is going to roll a d12 plus her Constitution modifier and reduce that damage. So, a d12. She rolled a 12. So she actually reduces that damage by 15, which makes that 0 damage. You watch as you and slash, and it cuts through her mail, and there is just sparks as you feel like that would definitely cut through a huge chunk of her upper chest, and she would be bleeding right now. But it was almost like, for a second there, her skin just turned to stone. And she takes no damage from that attack.
Rude.
Goliaths.
Rude.
That's her once a day, though. She is going to
True.
Bring her maul up and come down with it. That is an 8 to hit. That does not hit.
No.
You just manage to parry out of the way, and it hits the ground next to you, and you see that there are just cracks and now this hole that she leaves in the ground with her pure strength. Yeah. At that point, you watch as she leaves it in the ground, looks at you and just, fine, throws the maul and takes the flail out and begins spinning it.
Alright.
That is her turn. Go ahead, Lionel, your turn.
I'm gonna poke her with the sharp stick. Oh, that does not hit.
10 does not hit.
It's a 10.
You try and stab her with your longsword, and she takes a step back, swinging her flail, and actually grabs your longsword, and it swings around and spins around the longsword, and she pulls you, and it misses, and then she releases the longsword and is about to go for a strike with her flail, as it is now her turn. She also, at this point, takes the shield from her side and puts it on her side and is readying the shield, adding to her armor class. 17.
That does not hit.
Yeah, I believe that just misses you. Okay. Yeah. She swings with a flail, and it just onto your large shield, and there are just sparks. Go ahead, your turn. 11. No.
11 to hit also does not. Oh my gosh, we're just deadlocked.
You are just, as of right now, both in this constant duel, essentially, of just hitting each other but not dealing damage. She is going to take another attack with her flail. A 9. No, it is just sparks on sparks. You guys over there watch as this is just happening, and you watch as Borba is just leaning forward in his chair. A slight grin comes across his face, and he is just watching intently. At this point, Philia is going to break away from this combat and go 5-10. You get an attack of opportunity.
That is a 17 to hit.
That misses her now.
Oh yes, she got a shield.
The shield comes up and deflects your blow, and she just nods and just takes a few steps back. Your turn.
Alright, she's going to approach again. Longsword, 11 to hit. God damn it.
No. You just swing wide. She is going to go for a flail. 9 misses. This is just a combat.
We are so equally matched. It's painful.
It's interesting, is what it is. Okay. You sort of watch as she's swinging. You're swinging your sword. She's swinging her flail at you. And then she just stops for a second, still spinning the flail, but looks at you and just... How about we make this a little bit more interesting?
I'm just watching her, because I don't know what that means. I'm very skeptical of her.
She smiles, and then just... This is no fun. And then she stops swinging the flail, goes onto her left arm, and just... rips the entire band of the shield off and throws out of the ring. And then just waits there for you.
Oh, she's trying to intimidate.
She's looking for a good fight. So, it's your turn.
Throw away your shield, man.
What'd you say?
She wants you to throw away your shield like she just did.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to take the bait.
It's up to you.
It might be a respect thing.
That's true.
So, line out, what are you doing? It's your turn.
Alright, against my better judgment, I'll drop my shield.
Okay, you unbuckle your shield and it drops to the ground. So your AC reduces by 2.
Yes, it's at a 16 now.
Yep, as it does.
Okay, and longsword. Misses.
She moves just out of the way, and with that attack, she tries to go for the face with her flail. That is a 9. You back away and still battling in this struggle.
9 to hit, my god.
You hit her mail and it just sparks off. At this point, she puts the flail to her side and is going to go and try and grab you and embrace you.
So strength saving?
I need you to go ahead and give me an athletics check, please. Or an acrobatics.
Athletics.
Either one.
Athletics. That was an 8.
She rolled an 18. So you watch as she
yeah.
sheaths her flail and then runs at you and just runs. She's actually going to run behind you and gets you in a hold. She is now grappling you, which means that your speed is 0 currently.
Okay. Just to clarify grapple, would my action either be to get out of the grapple, or can I attack her while I'm in the grapple?
You can attack her while you're in the grapple. Let me just check the specifics on grapple. Combat conditions, grappled. Where is this? Grappling. The target is grappled. Try and seize the target in the grapple check instead of making an attack roll. If you succeed, the target is grappled. So grapple condition is you are currently your speed is just 0. Yeah. So you can still attack.
Okay, so I can still hit her.
Yes.
Alright. I am going to try, I don't know how this would work physically, so either stab her with my sword or beat her with the hilt, whichever one I have the ability to do.
You can do both, technically.
That was a 17 to hit.
17 hits. You
for 8 damage.
Feel that she is currently grappling and she has both of your arms, near above your head, and you just use that to and hit her in the side of the skull with the hilt of your blade, and you hear a crunch as that hurt. She is going to use her next action to attempt to put you on your ass. So go ahead and give me another athletics check, please.
That was a natural 20.
That is a natural 20. You feel as she picks you up, and you just use all of your strength to slam yourself back onto the ground, and the dust just whoosh, flies up as this happens. A little bit of the electricity is seeping into the air now from Borba, and almost enveloping both of Lionette and Philia within this fight. And you feel that Philia just got down, and she's going to action surge and attempt that again. So go ahead and give me another athletics check, please. Oh, shit.
That was a 23.
She tries to pull you down, and you just ready yourself, and she just can't move you right now. It's your turn.
Yes, Lionette! No!
Okay, long sword. Oh, okay, awesome. 20 to hit.
11 points of damage. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. You
ouch.
Sort of feel as her strength dwindles a little bit, and in that moment, you move your blade and stab her directly in the shoulder blade, and you feel her just wince a little bit and go, "Ah!" And then you pull out, and there is just blood on your blade, and she is bleeding profusely from her armor now.
Okay, is she looking pretty bad, or still only partially wounded?
She's breathing heavily directly in your ear, but you don't know if that's just the adrenaline.
Okay, so I don't want to kill her.
She is going to push you away, take the flail out, and try and hit you on the back of the head with her flail. That is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, that is 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, I'm at half.
Okay. And she is going to make this a pushing attack. So I need you to go ahead and give me another strength save, please.
That is a 17.
17, yeah. You beat it. You watch as she slams you in the back of the head, and then there's this quick movement of her putting her leg up and kicking the back of just your back, and you feel yourself being pushed, and you stand there unmoved, and you just hear this respect from behind you. As you turn around to face her, it is your turn.
All right. Now I'm going to try and do non-lethal damage with the longsword. That was a 23 to hit.
23 hits for 11 points of damage. She is actually going to attempt... She's going to use another one of her superiority dice to parry this attack. To reduce the damage just a little bit. So 1d8 plus her dex modifier. So she reduces that by 10, so she takes 1 point of damage.
So rude.
You watch as you lunge forward and she swings her flail and it just catches her in the face, but the flail spins around the blade once more and she just parries it out of the way and lets go. She is then going to use that momentum to try and body shot you with the flail. There's an 18 to hit.
Is this still my turn?
Oh no, that was your turn. Yeah.
Okay, because I want a second wind real quick.
Go ahead.
I regain 14 hit points. Oh my god.
That's the most that you can get. You just steal your resolve for a second and watch as an 18 does hit, I believe. The flail.
It does.
The flail whips out towards you and hits you directly in the chest of your armor, and you hear a few crunches within your ribcage. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Sorry, math.
That is going to be her turn.
All right, here we go.
Do
19 to hit
19
for 7.
That hits.
Not too bad when 7's minimum.
Fighters. Okay, yeah, she's still up. You slash once more, and it gets through her armor this time, and you watch as she buckles a little bit and comes down to your level, essentially, with her just bending with the pressure, and she's bleeding profusely, and she just looks up, gritting her teeth with blood just coming out of her mouth, and she just... Then she...
Do you concede?
Never concede! And then she whips back and goes for the flail once more, trying to go for the face. That's a 12.
Does not hit.
You hear a click in her arm as she flails backwards, and she winces a little bit in pain as that gives you the advantage to just move out of the way, and the flail goes right past your face, Matrix style. What do you do?
Okay, longsword again, once again, non-lethal.
Okay.
15 to hit.
Just misses. You watch as you strike forward, trying to bat her and get her down instead of killing her, and the flail comes back just as you're doing this, and it hits your arm, almost like she was planning that, and it hits your arm just off course, and you miss, just as she swings and flails once more into your head. There's a 14. You move, and it goes past your head once more, now in front of you. You are just timing your movements perfectly as a very skilled and seasoned fighter. What are you going to do?
Once again, I'm going to try and bash her down and knock her unconscious.
Okay. 13.
Oh, this is a not hit.
You bring it up again, and she actually, as you go to swing and actually try and get her down with your last strike, you watch as she, with her offhand, grabs the longsword in the air and stops it, and just holds it there, and then pulls back with her other hand and goes for an underhand strike. with the flail. That is an 18
It's
to
like,
hit.
I mean, it should take... It 18?
18.
Yes.
Okay, that is
Yes.
12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
And she is going to use her last superiority die to go ahead and try a trip attack. So I need you to make another strength save, please.
Alright. That is a 19.
19. You still make it.
I am immovable.
You still take the damage. So that is 12 plus 4, so 16 altogether. So 4 on top of what you just took.
So just an extra 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
As she
'Cause
tries
I already
to,
calculated that.
Yeah. As she tries to
I am at 10.
sweep your feet once more, and you are so close, both of you. As she just tries to get you down, but you are unmoving. You are a fucking wall. Go ahead. Your strike.
Alright. Hope this hits. No!
13 does not. You strike once more. You're still pushing the blade and trying to get her, and she's just holding it there. You see the blood just trickling out from her hands, just dripping down your blade as she holds it in place. And she's going to come down with the flail and try and get you once more.
This may be the last round. We'll find out.
That is a 21 to hit.
It hits.
That is 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh. I am at 3.
As the flail hits you in the collarbone, and you hear a click, and you are hurt, and so is she. She just stares at you for a second and just breathing. Your turn.
Okay. I think this might be my last hit. Does not hit.
15 does not hit. You still pushing, and this time you release the sword and pull out of her grasp and try to slice, and she just moves back. You're really low, right?
Yes.
Okay. You watch as Desmond. You want to do something?
Before anything happens, seeing that line that's close to getting killed, can I use 2 sorcery points and try and cast Phantasmal Force?
Stop. Wait, no.
No.
Don't
Sure?
do that. No.
You sure?
No. Don't do
Oh, these
it.
guys are telling me no, though.
It's what you want to do, Des.
But your body's telling you yes.
you can't hear these people. What are you doing, Des?
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Desmond, no.
Go ahead and click Phantasmal
Can I,
Force.
can I roll a perception check to hear Desmond doing this? Or,
He's
like-
using 2 sorcery points to do silent spell. That's what I'm assuming you said the 2 sorcery points are for.
Yeah, I mean, he used it in that the or the druid guy, whoever the heck that is.
He's a powerful dude.
Noticed him. So I'm
Go ahead and just give me a perception check.
All right.
Please roll high.
23.
It's a 23.
Oh god.
Okay. Desmond, go ahead and give me... This will be a sleight of hand check. Even though you're not actually using your hands, but trying to do something under the cuff here. Okay. Heiana, you sort of look over and watch Desmond for a second out of the corner of your eye, and you watch as he is staring intently. His lips are moving just slightly, but he's making no sound.
I'm gonna run over and like put a fucking hand on his mouth.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like go. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over and like put him in a headlock, and try to make it look like I'm just very intense about this fight.
Okay. Desmond, you watch as Heiana just runs over and gets you in a headlock, looking like she's very intense into this fight. Do you continue your spell? Because you don't need to have any components.
No.
Okay.
The leaders put me in a headlock.
Okay. You drop the spell. You do use a spell slot.
Yeah.
And the spell fades.
I'm sorry, but
Lionette, I believe it's your turn.
Yeah, I think so. 16 to hit.
oh my god.
Yes.
16 with 10 points of slashing damage.
Once again, bashing damage before you kill her.
How would you like to end this?
I just want to like yelling, just like bring down all the force I can, like onto.
Sparta kick her.
Did you? Oh, did I take my finger off the gun?
Yeah, you did.
Oopsies. Yeah, I just want to like screaming with all my force, just take with the bashing damage, just bring down all the force I have left to put her down onto her knees.
Okay. You watch as she swings out with the flail. It goes past you once more, and you just, with this strike, bring your whole body up and arms up and just onto her, just straight onto her forehead. And you watch as she buckles under the pressure and lands on her knees. Just looks up. Bleeding from the forehead, this crack now there, bleeding from most of her face and her body, just blood dripping down her mouth. Just looks up. Smiles with her bloody teeth. One last breath as her eyes roll back. She hits the ground on her side. The room falls silent.
Can Ethan try to run forward?
I stumble over and get my shield. I'm out of breath and sweating.
Okay, you
He's sweaty.
go over, grab your shield, and you watch. You hear first as like a strike of lightning just happens within the room, and you all look up towards Borba, who is now arcing with electrical energy, almost fully enveloping his form. All you see is his eyes and a little bit of his facial features through the thunder and lightning, as he just stares there for a second. Looks over towards Shamakeen. Gestures with his head. And Shamakeen.
Yes, sire.
And begins walking over. And immediately places hands on Philia. And you watch as these reddish-green spores just appear from the back of his hands, out of the fungus growing on him, and into Philia's form. And
This
you watch as
remind
Philia.
us of Ian's whole deal.
A little bit, but Ian's feels more like, and looks more like, actual lights. These are legitimate spores from fungus.
Cool.
And he's putting them into her?
Yes. You watch as they enter her form, into her cuts and wounds. And then she awakens once more, looking around. As you're walking away, Lionette, she grabs onto your ankle and squeezes. Looks up towards you. Smiles. Nods.
I give her a nod back.
She lets go. She begins to stand. Shamakeen just lets her go at this point, and she nearly falls back to the ground, and then pushes herself back onto her feet. You hear the clicks of her bones resetting into place. She looks over towards Borba. bows her head. My apologies, father. Borba just sits there. Leave. She goes into a bow. And then just begins to walk out the left side. Leaving. So... He grits his teeth, and there is... looks like anger in his eyes. And then... the crackling stops. The lightning coursing through him subsides slowly. And almost gets absorbed, it looks like, into the blade he is holding. That, you haven't noticed, but now you notice, has been this entire time glowing with this blue aura.
I turn back to him and give him another bow now that the fight's over.
He looks out, sees you. You have earned my respect. Congratulations. And there's a little bit of a grin.
At this point, can Ian kind of like walk towards Lionette and like, you know, look over her? Is she allowed to cast magic on her now?
You can certainly attempt to.
Or you can ask.
She'll ask then.
Go ahead.
Is the fight over? Can I heal our fighter?
You watch as Borba just nods.
Thank you. She runs over to Lionette and she casts Healing Word.
Okay. By the way, your Balm on the Summer Court now, I don't know if you know this, but you can now use 2d6 out of your 4 per heal. Because it's half your level in d6s.
Yep.
Okay.
Have we qualified for your tests now?
He leans forward and lets go of his blade. And leans once again. Your warrior. She fights with valiance, strength, courage. You would make a fantastic Uhnriser.
Hannah taps Lionette on like the thigh and gives you 5 more hit points.
Tink. Okay.
Whispers, thanks, Ayana.
Hey, Ayana, can you get me out of the headlock now?
Absolutely not.
That's fine.
So, you have passed my test. Congratulations. But your tasks will test you more so. He looks amongst the room, stares at Sharmakeen for a few seconds. Sharmakeen smiles, and then Borba looks back to all of you.
You may be more than just misfits. Let us see. I have 2 tasks for you. The first, you, as a group, will make your way up our mountain. I have had visions as of recent of a tainted place within the mountain. All you need do is go up for 4 of your hours. Looking left, you will see where you must go. You must then, after you have cleansed this place, make your way to the top of the Uhm and retrieve our most holy weapon, the Blade of Uhm. Bring it to me, and I will give you your second and final task.
Sounds doable.
We'll make it so.
Good. He just stares for a few seconds more. Now, get out! And his voice just echoes and roars almost, as once again the just echoes behind him. And he stares angrily.
Hannah stares back and then turns around and leaves at a normal pace.
I give him another nod and then I walk out.
Quickly shuffle so that my head doesn't get pulled as high.
Don't walk through my legs again.
Do it.
We're not
I'll step
walking
on
through
it.
Lionet's legs, and I have a hold of Des. Don't worry.
Can Ian bow and then kind of like look at him and say, I'm sorry to bother you. I know we must go, but I have one question for you. May I ask?
Your questions will wait until you have proven your worth. Little infernal.
Then they shall wait. And she follows the group out.
Okay. You guys begin making your way back the way you came, through the enclosed, almost stone hallway that is just torchlit, out to where you see the 2 large full orc guards in heavy metallic armor, plate mail, and a familiar handsome half-orc awaits your arrival. You watch as he turns and sees you. Well, that is interesting. You come out of our Storm Herald's throne room. I would say unharmed, but... And he looks at Lionette.
I still got my knees.
Alive. Interesting. So,
What happened? And his eyes light up.
He has given us tasks, but we cannot leave with our fighter injured. Is there a place that we can rest?
Just for a moment.
Or more like
You
an
may
hour
rest.
would probably be ideal.
Wherever you wish within our camp.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are proven now. Not many of your kind come this way. It is interesting, to say the least. I look forward to seeing what you do next.
Thank you.
No. Thank you. And he smiles. Turns around with a flourish almost. And then begins walking away.
Let's find somewhere to sit.
Yeah, let's find a place to take a short rest and also a real life pee break.
I was about to say.
Yes. Fire break.
Please.
You guys find just a place within the encampment. There is a lot of just open area that you can just sit down and chill for an hour or so, and you begin taking a short rest. And that's where we'll go ahead and take our intermission. That is a word that I know now, by the way. So we'll be back in around 10-15 minutes with some more of this action. We'll see you guys in a sec. we are back, I believe. Hello, everyone. Hello. So, you guys now, having met with Borba the Horn, the leader of the Uhnrisers, have got your task from him, one of two, and asked to rest somewhere, and have just been told to find somewhere. And so you found a few sort of logs that can very much easily be used as benches, and you're just sitting down around the very green and luscious grass that still permeates this area and resting. So if anyone would like to roll hit dice and what such to heal, also you get your stuff that you get back on short rests back.
Guys, I don't know, some of you cast spells and stuff. Do we want to go up the mountain next day or get this over
No,
with?
it'll be fine. I mean, I used up the spell slot, but it's no big deal. Hyana's like rolling out the map to see if it covers any of the mountain at all.
No. It is quite mostly the map of Yagudao just shows that the Un is there. There is no actual map of the exterior, unfortunately.
How do you feel, Lionette? Are you okay?
I feel good.
You did good.
I can perform a song that might make you feel a little better if you need it.
I feel like I'm almost at full strength, but thank you.
I guess we're climbing a mountain.
Great.
Anybody particularly good at that?
Oh yeah, there was a lot of mountains in the middle of the city. I climb them all the time.
I grew up over north. I didn't spend a ton of time in the mountains, but I think I've proven that I'm pretty good at, travel in general.
Yeah.
In the wilderness.
I guess it is hard to get lost. It's really just up and down, right?
Yeah, he wants us to go what?
You don't want to come down the opposite side that you went up from, though.
That's true. He said, what, 4 hours up and then left?
It will be on our left, as we're walking.
Left. Or maybe I misheard him.
I think what he said was that as we will walk up for 4 hours, and at some point around the 4-hour mark, we will be looking left and we will see it. So I don't think this was a vision, not a direction.
Cool. He said blighted, and I'm gonna assume that means that there's like some nasty creature there that we can kill, because if it's just like bad water, like I don't know how we fix that.
No, I think it's like bad juju, not bad water.
I don't know how to fix bad juju either.
We will figure it out when we get there.
Well, Ian does seem to have a knack for the arcane.
True.
I'm a little worried that 4 hours of climbing for a Goliath is not 4 hours of climbing for regular people, so we should keep an eye out the whole way.
Whoosh, as suddenly, Lydia, a small pebble just ting, hits you in the side of the head.
Oh.
You sort of look over. You do take 1 point of damage. And you look over and watch as the same already around 6 foot tall Goliath child is just walking over towards you guys, and then sorry, takes the rock.
I'm sorry.
Okay, kid.
Make an insight check.
22.
He seems sorry enough.
Okay,
looking at him and being an individual that spends a lot of time in nature and sort of knows their way around tribal society, and you've probably seen quite a few Galas in your time. This kid is maybe 13 years old.
Big 13-year-old.
Large. He sort of watches,
Very
picks
large.
up the very small pebble in his hand, then begins walking back, and you already see the small goblinoid children just pointing and just laughing at you all.
Yeah, they don't seem sorry.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
We are headed for, I guess, the base of the mountain.
So you're just gonna go directly to the base of it from like your angle right now?
Yeah, or like if there's a clear place where there's like something set up that's like, this is where you enter the mountain.
Okay, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Really. 17.
17, okay. You walk around the sides of the mountain for a while, sort of watching for any possible pathways, and then around 15 or so minutes going around it, you do see off to the side there are stairs carved into the mountain that seem to actually go up to a path, and then there's more stairs, and it just keeps going up.
Oh, well, that makes things really
I'm
easy.
sorry, is Shamakeen around? Is that his name?
The druid that was in...
This kind of second in command, half work.
He was back in the frame room.
Ah, shoot. Okay, never mind.
Hey, there's a path that makes things pretty easy.
Yeah, we can climb stairs. We've all climbed stairs.
Haven't climbed this many stairs. That's like more
Good
than...
thing you're not in a
10.
wheelie chair, Des.
Yeah.
Do you want like a...
Because then I'd be down here.
Do you want like a piggyback ride or something?
My God, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up Tez.
Ayana
Or
just
lo-
like gives Des like the most disappointed look and like starts climbing the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah,
Des-
Lionette rolls her eyes.
You're just on Amanda's shoulders now, just feet dangling, fucking smile on his face.
I'm gonna assume this is not dissimilar from some of the training I did. You know, the old carry a pig up a mountain.
Yeah. Apart from there wasn't actually any mountain, so you would just climb the steps of one of the many large temples
Yeah,
over and over again, Rocky style.
good times.
Yeah. So, you guys begin making your way towards the steps. You get close to them, and then watch as around a corner, two gigantically large, grey-skinned men, giants, around 17 to 18 foot tall between them, just start to walk towards you.
Hannah stares up at them and says, hello. We were told to go up the mountain. Do we go here, or is there somewhere else we should be?
They both stop, stare for a second, then look at each other, and you just hear them, and just stare. Does anyone else here speak giant?
Nope.
No.
You just stare at you, Hayana, and just...
I shout, Borba, Horn, Storm Herald. In common?
They just look at each other again.
do they seem to be blocking our path or like making any hand movements? Like,
Make an insight check.
16.
They don't necessarily appear to be blocking your path in any way. They don't seem like guardians or in any sort of sense. They just seem like they are curious.
All right.
I think I'm just going to give them like a nod and just continue walking like I'm supposed to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Gonna do the subway, like a tight smile, nod, and keep walking until someone makes a problem of it.
Sort of watches. You just go around them and through them, and they just. I'm pushing to. I just spit this large ball of spit just right next to you, Amanj.
Rude.
And then one of them walks past and just kicks Amanj. And you watch as he moves.
Great.
And go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Fair.
Like, you watch as
That's a
Amanj
9.
just eat shit immediately. And then you watch as they
help
just
Amanj out.
and just begin walking off.
Everybody here is so rude.
Hey, are you okay?
I'm fine, I suppose. Let's keep going.
Lioness gonna stand until the rest of you pass.
Okay.
Let's just act like we know what we're doing. That's my favorite motto.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a solid plan. All right, stairs. Love it.
Okay.
And then we climb forever.
And then you climbed forever. Climbed?
For 4 hours,
Climb,
whichever
climb,
one.
climb,
comes first.
Clam.
Clammed. You clammed. Okay, good.
A clam.
So, you guys reach the base of the steps and look up. And you just see that these stairs and the path seems to not just go up, it seems to wind around the entirety of this mountain. Hayana, with your survival check last time. Actually, no, go ahead and give me another survival check.
Okay.
12?
12.
That's fine. You look up and estimate with the pathways that are set for you to get to the very top of this mountain could take you around 18 to 20 hours.
It's a long climb, everybody. Can I see from that about how long it would take if we went straight up, ignoring the stairs?
If you went straight up, ignoring the stairs and climbing, it could possibly take around 8 hours off of your journey. But that is the
We would be exhausted
and very dangerous path.
Yeah, ill-equipped
That's fair.
for battle, I feel like.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I shared both of those options with the group to let them sort of make their decision, but it sounds like we're happy to stay on the stairs.
We might need to take a break in the middle, but because of the time, but I would rather do that than risk going. Some people are worried about stairs. I don't think going without no stairs is a good idea.
That's fair.
Yes, and we can just make camp.
I could go all day up the mountain, but if you all want to use the stairs, I'm fine with that.
Please allow us weaker people to take breaks. Yes, thank you.
All right, well, let's climb for 4 hours.
Lioness laughs at the concept that she's in the weaker people category.
Yeah, Amanj marches up the stairs in front of Lydia.
Lydia, by the way, is very excited that they, as a group, defeated that Like,
Absolutely.
It was an
How-
amazing victory for Lydia.
It was
How-
all Lydia.
How actually difficult are these stairs for Hyana?
You might have to, like, actually take one step at a time. And
Yeah.
that's with you, like, moving your leg up and onto the stair and then pushing yourself up.
That's fair. Is there like a is there like a side to the stairs, or are these like wooden stairs or
No,
stone?
these are carved into the stonework stairs.
Okay. To the side of the stairs, is there like sort of a smooth, like not a guardrail, but like the thing that you would attach a guardrail into?
Nope.
Okay.
If you
Hyana.
fall, you're falling.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I guess I'll just work at the stairs real hard then.
Okay.
Hyana, I know it's not your well, do you think that maybe you and Desmond are both they have pretty short legs?
Hey, Des. I know that I stopped you from doing something stupid earlier. You don't happen to have another one of those enlarge spells on you, do you?
Yeah. Can do. Sure.
Thanks.
I forgot what my
That lasts for a
hand
minute,
movements
right?
Yeah, it only lasts for a minute, but I don't think Hyana knows that. So unless Des tells her.
Des
I
knows
don't
that.
think Des knows that. He's only got it off once and then...
He's doing it
people
just to
told him
punk
get
her.
rid of it.
Naturally, you know how your spells work and how long they last. But yeah,
Oh.
it just comes to you.
I think, roughly, if my maths are correct, it would probably last about 1 over 400 of the duration of the travel. I think you've just got to like
Okay.
bite the not bullet.
Oh, I
suppose
hate
don't
this.
exist. Arrow.
Bucket.
Bite the arrow.
Well, I was going to say that maybe like Lionette could
Yeah.
also
Getting a
carry.
lunge. It's actually quite fun. You can
Yeah.
see for miles.
Randette, would you mind?
No, I don't mind.
Thank you.
But I'd need to hand my shield to somebody.
Well, here, put it on my back.
Alright.
And you can just hold Hyana's like the back of her armor and use her as the shield. Perfect.
Yeah, I'll be your shield strap.
Yeah, you can just hang on to the shield strap.
I really hope that Lydia is working on a ballad called "I'll Be Your Shield" now.
Okay.
great title.
So
Hmm.
you guys start on your journey upwards. Okay. So the song ended. That was perfect. So this one. So
Am I able to hold people on my back as a wolf?
not as a wolf. If you were a dire wolf, maybe, but you don't have that
Okay.
ability yet, unfortunately. Not Moon Druid. So, you guys begin ascending the steps of the Uhn. Slowly and softly, essentially. That is a question, actually. Would you guys like to be going at a slow, stealthy pace, at a mid pace, or at a fast pace?
I think a mid pace is probably fine. We're
agree.
not in a crazy. He didn't give us a time limit, so
You did not.
I agree with mid pace.
Okay.
Thank you.
Question. The up and down rhythm of the mid pace, is that enough to put Desmond to sleep? Is it smooth enough?
God.
Is
Give
it
me a
smooth
Constitution
enough
saving throw,
ride?
Des.
I would say I'm a very smooth ride, but
No, yeah, you managed to fucking stay awake. You were ready.
Hot potato, I ship it.
No, what if I want to sleep? You know?
If you want to just drift off, you very much can.
Munge's head is nice and warm.
Okay, you guys get around 2 hours up, and then Amanj, you begin to hear. And you look up, and there's a little bit of drool that comes out of Desmond's mouth that just hits you on the cheek.
Okay. That's fine.
Just asleep.
I am gonna use elemental attunement to move the water of the drool away from me as he drools.
Okay, go ahead and give me a wisdom check.
Oh, just plain wisdom check?
Yes.
Okay.
Wisdom for
7.
drool.
You
7.
Rough.
concentrate and start trying to move the water, and you're just concentrating intently, and then there's a twitch in your eye and a little bit of hurt, and you stop. Water still, for some reason, eludes you.
I'm gonna beat it up. Okay.
You punch myself in the face.
Punch.
I want to
this
punch the
Sven.
concept of water.
Dude, same. Okay. But nonetheless, you carry on. For around an hour more. Is there anything you guys like to do on the road?
I would like to ask Ian, are you really from the Highwood like the mayor said?
Oh, yeah. That's where I used to live. Before I started traveling, obviously.
Wonder how he knew that.
Did you leave for a reason or just got bored?
The question seems to, like, not so much make her nervous, but it kind of gives her a pain expression, and it for a second, it's a split second, and then it dissolves away, and she smiles. It was by curiosity. I wanted to see the world.
I relate. Yeah.
Well, from the top of this mountain, you could probably see the whole thing. And maybe you could go back.
That would be interesting to go back.
Not that we want you to go, like, leave. That's
yeah,
not.
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
I understand.
Like it.
It's really beautiful in the Highwood. You wouldn't think it, but it has lots of things that you wouldn't think it had. It's completely gorgeous. You haven't seen it, you must.
Yeah, the only forests I've really been in are the forest swamp thing where the witch was, so I would like
Sounds
to
nice.
something better.
If my
Yeah,
cottage is still up, I
uh,
could take you there sometime.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That sounds great.
At that point,
While they're walking, can she, like, be picking up little things that, like, are near the edge of the stairs, like herbs or whatever, flowers?
sure. Yeah, go ahead and give me a
Okay.
nature check.
Yay.
Nothing like
No.
rare and outstanding, but yeah, you have.
Yeah.
You get like little berries and exotic leaves and stuff like that.
Oh, yay.
Okay, at that point, as you guys are walking up, Amanj, now with a 17 in passive perception, I now have to take this into account. You begin looking up the next flight of stairs around the corner and see just over the side what appears to be like actually on the path is this like the southern part of a group of small and large sticks in what look to be maybe a circular pattern. Sort of
Can
press up.
I want to see if I recognize, like, if this means anything to me.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. 14?
14?
Studying it and sort of stopping for a second, looking. That's a nest of some kind.
I want to slow down.
A very
I know I'm
big nest.
It is slow and quietly, so the people in back of me like have to slow down. And if there's someone in front of me we didn't talk about, I'm gonna like put a hand on them to make them pause.
What?
And say, there is a very, very large nest up ahead.
I slowly lower Hyana.
Shouldn't we be hurrying up instead of slowing down then?
Only if we want to attract attention, I think.
Can I do another nature check?
Yeah, absolutely. Ian, okay. With a 17 on your nature, looking at it now that Aman just pointed it out, it's a very big nest. There are a fair few creatures that would need a nest that big. It's not big enough for, say, the rocks of the Cragspire Mountains, the gargantuan birds that hunt in the Cragspires. It's not big enough for that. But it's not small enough for, say, a giant eagle. It's just around a little bit bigger than that. But to investigate, you would have to get up close and have a look in. It doesn't seem to be moving, which is one thing that you notice. So there might not be anything in there.
Is it blocking the path entirely?
It
or?
is, yeah.
Perception checks.
I would give Hayana and Ian perception checks on top of
Alright.
Amanja's. If you would like to make them. Both?
11.
And 15 for Ian. Yeah. You both look up and it doesn't seem to be moving. You sort of wait for a second and try and gauge if there's anything in there. Doesn't appear to be movement.
How far away from us is it again?
At this point, around 30 feet up the stairs.
Oh, we're that close.
Yeah. Guys were talking.
Let's try to be sneaky.
Sure.
Okay.
Or should we divert and try and get higher ground?
It doesn't look like there's anything in it from here. It could be just an abandoned nest.
Probably worth a sneak.
Okay. Everyone
Well,
go ahead.
I got a 9 on my stealth.
Go ahead and give me
I'm gonna have
stealth
my weapon
checks.
drawn just in case.
Desmond with disadvantage.
Anna rolled a 21.
Okay.
Nice.
Am I rolling?
Yes, everyone rose. Desmond with disadvantage.
I have passed without a trace.
I mean, I rolled a 1 anyway, but I'm
Yeah,
covered in armor.
so don't worry about that.
Yeah, Liddy rolled a 7.
So the only person who actually
I don't
sneaks
need to
is
roll this
Hayana.
again. Can't do any worse.
Ian, do you want to give me a stealth check?
I did better in my sleep.
13. Okay. You guys begin slowly making your way up. Lionette, not being the most stealthy individual, at one point making your way up the
Ka-chunk.
stairs, you lose your footing on a piece of the actual staircase that is loose, and hit the ground, and stop yourself from going all the way down the stairs. But you do make a very large noise.
Just wince. Be like, are you alright?
Yes, I'm fine. Sorry.
That's okay.
Nothing seems to happen.
So
Up
Hannah
and
like
through.
sneaks ahead up the, up the steps
Okay,
very
you
quietly, I guess.
make your way up and look around, and you can now see you're only like 3 foot taller than you.
I'm actually gonna
I'm
hang
going
back and let them
happy.
forge ahead a little bit because I know how loud I am.
That's fair.
Yeah, Hannah, you can just barely like look into the nest. There's no large beast within the nest, it seems.
Okay. Are there any like broken eggshells or anything like that?
Give me an investigation check, if you would.
I would love to.
Can I as well?
Absolutely.
15.
I'll give it to Ian and Hannah. Okay. So you guys make your way up and look in. Are you entering the nest?
If I look over and there's nothing in the nest, yes, I will get in the nest.
Okay, you can't really see over the nest. You're very small. So
I can like climb up on the edge of it though, right?
oh yeah, you sort of climb up on the edge and balance there for a second, look in, and with a 15, you do see that within there are what looks to be 3 bodies, 2 humanoid, 1 wolf-like, that look like they have been torn asunder. But
Yikes.
with a 15, you can see that these are like the other side of the nest. You can see that next to them there are a few bags that appear to be in okay condition.
Do I need to roll another stealth to get over there, or can I?
Yeah, go ahead and give me another stealth check.
Okay. It's not great. It's a 9.
And jump in, and your feet crack a bunch of twigs as you land, and you fuck. And you look around, and just around 5 feet away from you, around it, you watch as a little bit of the nest itself is just rustling, just a little bit.
I'm gonna climb back out.
Does Ian see this as well?
Yes, you do.
At that point, I want to cast Pass Without a Trace, like instantaneously, as soon as I see that happening.
Okay, so you cast Pass Without the Trace, and you are just around Ian. The shadows cling to everyone's forms, and as you are climbing out, Hannah, you look around and watch as breaking out from the side, just looking around, you see this tiny little white eagle-like head that just looks around and sees you climbing out. And begins climbing out. And you see it's not a normal eagle immediately. It has front claws that are talons that it pulls itself out with. These tiny little wings that sprout from its back. And the back side of it appears to be that of some sort of feline.
Oh, it's a griffin. Okay, can I roll a nature check for griffins?
Go ahead.
Love.
Nature.
It's a 13. I might actually know something about griffins. The main thing I want to know is if I touch this thing, will its parents hunt me down? That's the main question that I have.
And Ian rolled an 11. Okay. You guys both know this is a griffin. They are quite not rare. They're quite common in this part of Yagradal, especially around the Unh and the Cragspire Mountains. with 13 nature, you've read a little bit about them, and you definitely know that their parents are extremely protective of their young.
All right.
And they are carnivorous.
Yeah.
Sort of watches this baby griffin just is moving its way slowly towards you.
Does it look like curious, or does it look like it wants to try to eat me?
Give me... This would be an insight check.
All right.
Why not both?
Why not all of them?
22.
22. At this point, are the rest of you coming up and looking in?
Only if I've been gestured that it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I don't know if this is okay, because Hayana is definitely
So I'm
fully in the nest.
I was
I'm
basically
still approximately 30 paces away then.
Okay.
as soon as Hayana went crunch in the nest, I was like, I guess stealth is done, and was climbing up toward it.
Okay. So whoever is near the nest now would definitely look in and see this baby griffin. And
Aww.
Hayana, you sort of look at it, and it doesn't necessarily look predatory in any way, but it does look hungry, but it also looks very curious.
Okay, here's a question that I should have asked earlier. I meant to, and then I got distracted by the fact that I made so much noise. The bodies, do they look recently dead, or do they look like they've been here a while?
That'll be a medicine check, please.
13.
Fairly recent. There's still coagulating blood.
Cool. Hayana's... Oh, God.
You watches it.
All
And
right.
jumps forward
Animal
for a second.
handling.
It jumps forward for a second. Its tail sort of goes up in the air.
Okay. Hayana's gonna try to distract this griffin and say to Ian, get everybody else past.
Ian nods. Oh, she can't see us, can she?
You can see each other.
Yeah, you're looking over the edge, and I can see up to you.
Yeah.
I mean, also probably I could hear Hayana say that, so I'm gonna scramble to the other side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
Here you guys start moving around. You sort of watch as the griffin looks
I'm
to the other sides and
I'm
sees
moving
them.
around the nest a little bit. I actually want to get over to those bodies if I can.
Okay. You.
If I'm here anyways, I might as well fucking find out what's in these bags, because I'm already screwed if this griffin is, if the big griffins get here when I'm here. So.
Oh yeah, about how big did you say the baby griffin is? Are we talking as big as a foal or as big?
The baby griffin is around the size of let's say 2 Hayanas. It's double the size of Hayana.
A large dog.
Yeah.
Love it.
Guys, what is that thing?
It's a griffin.
Whoa.
You begin moving around the side, Hayana, and you watch as...
I want to take out my rope.
Okay.
And I want to kind of use it like a cat toy.
Okay. Well, the griffin is currently focused on everyone moving around. And then
Okay, so are they...
take a
Sorry,
rope out.
they should be... All of them should be rolling stealth checks because we have Pass Without a Trace of. So what are you all doing?
Yeah.
Well, it's already seen you guys.
Okay, I
It's
thought it had only seen
no.
me because I'm the only one inside the nest.
Yeah, but it
I
can
will
see
walk
over
as
the
quietly
nest.
as possible.
It saw me and Hayana. Everyone else was
Yeah, nobody else
further
was
away.
up when it popped its head out. So
Yeah.
The Munge was.
Oh, true.
Yeah, sorry.
So
Half of y'all.
yeah, Lydia, Lionette, and Desmond, go ahead and give me stealth checks. Well, Desmond's still asleep
I
on
mean-
Amanj, right?
Yeah, Desmond can't really stealth
Yeah,
while I'm not
Desmond
stealthing.
could-
I don't
can't
think.
do shit because he's asleep.
14, not the worst.
Okay, so plus
that's a
10, that's
24.
24. So 24 and 18 and 28. Yeah, you both sort of
But also-
slink into the shadows, and the griffin doesn't appear to notice you two, but it definitely sees Ian and Amanj. And then out of the corner of his eye, as you take a rope out, Hayana, it looks at you.
Yeah.
I was just keeping moving. I did not stop in
Yeah.
the nest, so I should fairly soon be out of sight of it.
Yes. You're moving away. Sort
Cool.
of. And begins moving towards you.
Yeah, come here.
Whatever you do, do not touch it.
I absolutely will not touch it. So yes, I'm going to just try. I'm trying to keep distance between us. So if it's moving towards me, I'm moving back. I'm giving it a lot of lead on the rope and kind of wiggling the rope around, like trying to make it look like a snake.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and give me an animal handling check.
Love it. 16, not bad.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
He watches it. Is moving away from you a little bit, and then towards you, and sometimes jumps to the side. You definitely have its intrigue.
Is Hayana close to me? Like, if I need to, can I grab her out of the nest?
Um.
I moved around to the other side so that everybody
Yeah.
could get
So
Oh, okay.
past. So probably not, but I appreciate the thought. But I would like to move to the far end of the nest, like to go further up the stairs. Sort of slowly giving my rope more.
Okay. It appears that the
length?
actual corpses are on that side of the nest where you would have to climb out and go back, going up the stairs more.
Okay, that's ideal. Are those bags easily grabbable? Are they are they bigger than me?
They're between the wolf and one of the humanoid bodies.
Okay. But if I go that way, can I sort of pick them up on my way, or do I need to spend more time?
You would have to get down and actually pick them up, because there are more than one bag.
Can I, if I get to them, can I throw them over the side of the nest up the
Yeah,
stairs?
it would take a whole round of combat essentially if you were in combat, but you could do that.
Okay. Am I able to do it one-handed while I'm still distracting?
No,
this
you
griffin?
you would probably have to go both hands to grab all of the bags and then throw them all over.
All right, and this griffin is less than 30 feet from me, I assume.
It's around 20 feet from you now. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I'm not gonna bother with that. Sorry, guys. Nobody but me knows that these bags are here, and nobody but me cares. So, yeah, I'm just sort of trying to give myself space to get out of the nest.
Okay.
I care about the bags. I just Amanj didn't see them. Sorry.
No, that's
You
fine.
watch as you're moving and keeping a good distance from the griffin, and the griffin just moves to the right very quickly, and then forward 5 feet very quickly towards you. Sort of puts its beak up in the air, like it's smelling, and then looks over towards the corpses.
Are the corpses behind me at this point, or?
They're 5 to around 7 feet to your right.
Okay. If he's gonna go for the corpses, that makes me very happy. So I'm just keeping an eye out and trying to keep at least a good 15 feet between myself and the griffin.
Okay. Are you going for the corpses, or are you getting out at this
No,
point?
I'm trying to get out of this nest. I just want to
Okay.
get to the edge of the nest so that I can climb out.
Okay, you begin climbing out of what would be the northeastern side of the nest.
Yeah, I'll roll a stealth because I'm still within.
Go ahead and
30
give me a
feet
stealth
of-
check. Yeah.
All right. 29.
29, yeah. You sort of watch as immediately the griffin's eyes go to the corpses, as now you can see hunger in its eyes. And you take that point to and just get on top of the nest and around and out.
Cool. And
A
I also, with
munch.
the 29, I would like to actually get my rope back too.
Okay. A munch.
Yes.
With your passive perception. You suddenly hear and you look up, and just cresting around the western sides of the Uhm, you watch as this pure white eagle head with a lion's body, gigantic creature, is currently flying directly towards you all.
I am going to grab Hyana and book it.
Thanks. Appreciated. I like this.
Okay. You run over, grab Hyana, and begin running. I need everyone once again to give me their third and final stealth checks.
Yeah, and we're all still within the aura, which is great.
Yes, you are.
18.
Desmond with disadvantage.
22.
I got a 33.
13, but that's 23 with the...
Munch disappears.
Desmond?
Yeah.
23.
You are just sleeping like a baby. So what was the...
Told you I was smooth.
So the lowest is a 22.
I just spat tea everywhere.
It's fine. You and Munch see the griffin, clearly possibly the mother, just flying towards the nest now, with something large in its front talons. And you grab Hyana and you guys begin running up the stairs and around the corner to carry on going up the side of the mountain. And you look back and watch as something is just dropped. This large wolfen-like creature is just dropped into the nest. And landing, you see this 17 or so foot tall, golden white griffin. Ian, go ahead and give me, and Hyana, go ahead and give me nature checks.
Alright. 16.
16.
Oh, 9.
Okay.
Well, we're kind of around my home territory, so I
Yeah.
guess that makes sense.
Does make sense. Hyana, this is what is known as a royal alpha. They are some of the most territorial and honestly terrifying griffins of their bloodline. They are the biggest, the strongest, and if you would have stayed in there for just a little bit longer around its baby, it would have teared you off limb from limb.
Yeah.
And you watch as it lands.
Possibilities.
The baby griffin sort of runs up towards the large wolf and just begins feasting into the side of its neck. Very...
Oh, that's so nice.
So cute.
Wow, parental love.
Sort of watches the griffin. Looks up. Like it hears something. Looks around. Looks past you all. And it's just keeping an eye out now.
Hannah looks the way that the griffin looked, like past us.
You don't see anything. It seems to just
Alright,
be
do we,
keeping watch.
We should
Okay.
keep moving.
Yeah, we should keep going if For sure.
You guys carry on making your way up the side of the mountain.
Amanch definitely like forgets to put Hyana down for like an unreasonable amount of time.
That's fine,
Makes sense.
honestly. Like,
I would at some point say that we should walk closer together, because if that creature will just pick up a wolf or a full-grown human, if it sees the two halflings with us, who's to say it's not going to try and swipe those next if she flies over?
I guess that's fair.
I will burn her feet with my head.
I mean, of course we'll fight. I'm just saying, if she just grabs them and takes off, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, love it. Amon,
Mm.
I say we should try and walk as a unit, so we seem bigger.
yeah, if I can go back on your back. I feel like Hyana still has Lionette's shield,
Guys?
like, strapped on her back.
Can you keep it down, please?
It's bigger than you.
It's absolutely, it's like, it's the same size as, like, Hyana's crossbow, so it's like, she's used to carrying it, but,
It gives you full cover, actually.
yeah, I think I want to go back on Lionette's back, because then
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I hand her over.
Thank you.
Here is the child. Take her. I don't want her.
I don't want her anymore.
I have the drooling one.
She's getting fussy.
She's always fussy.
Were we able to tell if it was a normal wolf or a dire wolf that the griffin had?
It didn't appear to be dire. It definitely wasn't dire. But it was definitely bigger than an average-sized wolf.
Okay, cool.
Big boy wolf.
Big old wolf.
Oh boy.
It's
Big
a
doggo.
mini dire wolf. But
Yeah, we breed those
Lionette, do you have any suggestions?
in the
like
Vastlands.
walking in formation? You seem like a military person.
Yes, I used to be in the King's Guard. But what I meant is that we should not spread out as we go up this hill. We should try and walk shoulder to shoulder as much as we can.
Okay.
Well then, let's put Lydia and Ian in the middle, and you at the front, or me at the front and you at the back, if that works.
I love it.
Great.
Okay. So, you guys get in formation and begin making your way slowly. Are you going stealthily now?
I mean, so we can go pretty at a normal pace and still be under the effects of the thing for like what 10?
Yeah, I think it's past without trace 10 minutes.
Oh, no, it's an hour.
It's an
Yeah,
hour
an hour.
You have
in
a-
concentration.
You have an hour of pass without trace.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what I mean is to be stealthy, you have to go at a slow pace.
I might have
Doesn't-
something that nullifies that. Let me look at my
Yeah, if
stuff
you're
here.
traveling for more than an hour as a
Oh
ranger, I
yes,
thought.
yeah. Rangers do things.
Oh yeah, natural explorer. I gotta kill the ranger, guys.
Okay.
No, Rangers are best, and they also always go first.
Yes.
At least that was the rule of my last
Yeah, I
game.
think
Rangers go first.
UA ranger
Okay,
has that
so-
thing.
No, so I would have to be traveling alone, but let's we'll
Okay.
we'll go at a slower pace and
Okay.
take advantage of the pass without trace, because once we're an hour out, even if we're going slowly, we'll be far enough out from the to not be.
Yeah. Go
taken
ahead
down.
and once again, a whole group give me stealth checks. Desmond, are you still asleep?
21.
I think that's a yes.
17.
8.
I thought I heard.
Oh wait, that's not even at
Desmond-
disadvantage.
Yeah, I didn't
I
hear.
thought I heard Desmond wake up.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's still the 18.
Okay. Okay, 21. So the lowest is 18. You guys are fine. You guys travel for around 30 more minutes. And then Amanj, Ian, and Hayana, go ahead and give me perception checks.
11.
22, baby.
A 19.
Okay. So 22 for Hayana and 19 for Amanj. You, looking around, you now that you are so high up, off in the distance, you feel like you see small lights over the horizon. And gathering where you are, you feel like you are looking directly northeast. And you see Sutton from this distance, just over the horizon. And past that, you see the Cragspire Mountains. The unbelievably tall, not as tall as the Uhm, but still tall each in their own rights, snowy topped mountains. And Hayana with a 22. Just wanted to see if anyone would see this. You stare
What are you
that
guys looking
direction
at?
for a little bit and see miles away with your eagle eyes something shadow and shaded with your vision as the moon is slowly coming up and the sun has slowly begun to set. A gargantuan shade that is moving across the mountaintops.
Can I, with the 22, can I like estimate how actually big it is, like in actual
In
numbers?
fact, yes. You looking at it, it looks to be in the shape of a bird. A bird with an around 50-foot wingspan.
And it's just flying like across the mountains, or is it like coming out of the mountains towards us, over into the Forbidden Land? Like,
It
where's it
looks
headed?
to be coming south.
So it's coming in our direction.
Not
Okay.
directly in your direction.
No,
but
but like just it's coming out of the mountains.
It's coming out of the mountains, yes.
into Yagradal. Okay. What on earth?
I tap Desmond's cheek so he wakes up,
Oh, what?
and I point at the lights and say, "Look, Sutton."
Oh,
Are any of you guys seeing this?
What are you guys looking at?
it's Sutton.
No,
Seeing
look,
what?
Wow.
this
Sutton.
a huge bird.
What?
Like the griffin?
No, bigger.
Bigger.
Out in the
Where?
mountains, out in the Craigspire Mountains. Can't you see it?
I'm gonna try to see it.
You look
Yeah,
off in
since
the
we're looking
direction.
for it.
You
Since we're looking for it.
can't see that far.
No.
I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
what you're
I don't
talking
have
about.
dark vision. Yeah.
You sure it just wasn't like a normal bird, but it was closer to us? Because sometimes that can confuse me.
I'm still seeing it, right? Like I'm still actively seeing it.
Now that you've sort of looked at your group and looked back, it's gone.
I don't know where it
Yeah,
went.
you've got sharp eyes. You ever play poker?
Never.
You don't need
actually.
to see well to play poker.
No, but reading people's faces. Good vision's good for that.
I got tried to get good at seeing far. You know, since I'm small, so close-up fights are not exactly my forte.
I mean, do we have to be careful of it? Was it coming toward us?
I mean, it was, but it's gone now. I don't think it was coming for us or anything. It just, I've never seen a bird that big.
Oh,
Like a 50-foot wingspan, you guys. It was huge.
Okay.
I'm guessing it flew up into the cloud cover, or maybe it dropped back down into the mountains. I don't know.
I'm just glad we're on this mountain.
Yeah, the mountain with griffins on it. Really
Okay.
big improvement.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, you slept through it, didn't you? We almost got killed by griffins.
Oh, good. Great.
She's exaggerating. But yeah, there was a griffin.
Really just her.
I'm just trying to teach him
We
a lesson
saw
about
a
sleeping on the
griffin.
road.
My fault. Amon's so smooth. I mean, comfortable. I mean,
Smooth.
good at carrying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my. How long until sunset?
Sunset will probably be. The sun will set within the next hour.
Sorry, within the next
Hour.
hour. Okay.
At that point, though, as you're sort of like talking, Amanj, just out of the corner of your eye, you look left. And you see this ledge. There's around a 3 to 4 foot gap between the actual road itself and the stairs and this ledge. And this ledge seems to lead into a large crack in the mountain.
Guys, I think we're here. And I point.
Oh, great.
Yeah, just what you wanted after seeing a giant scary bird, right? Is a giant scary hole in the ground.
I mean, on the plus
We should
side,
be
if we
used
go
to
in
those
a
at this
hole,
point.
True.
yeah, we keep going underground and just things happen to us.
Jumping right in there.
Silver lining is there's no more climbing.
And griffins cannot
And
get
that
in this hole.
rhymed.
True.
So, I'm for it.
Fine.
True.
Hopefully
Okay.
this one's not a secret passageway to somebody's laboratory.
True.
Des, I'm going to have to put you down.
That's fine. I could do with, my legs are getting a bit sore. Could do with.
Oh, I'm
Getting
sorry
sa-
I did that to
You're
you.
getting saddle sore? You getting saddle sore, Des?
I put him down very gently.
Thank you. Amon.
Hyana clambers down from Lionette's back and passes her.
She's gonna
back
have
her
the
shield.
imprint of chainmail on her face after 2.
That's that tracks.
Who needs tattoos when you have chainmail face?
It's a good look.
Okay, so how are you guys?
I
getting
want
over
to. Yeah, well, I want to get close and try to use my perception to see what the opening looks like.
there? I'll keep the 19 that you had. It's this very unnatural looking crack in the wall that goes around 10 feet up and cracking and sort of like corners, almost like what's what I'm looking for? It's a crack in the wall, but it goes deep, and immediately looking at it, you can hear and feel that there is air coming out of it.
Is it wide enough for us to fit into?
Absolutely.
And sorry, how far is it from the stairs? Like
That there is
how,
around a 4-ish foot jump,
oh,
which is
Hey, Des.
if you miss that,
Let's go in.
it's a sheer drop.
what's everybody's standing long? Or how wide are these? How wide are the actual stairs?
The stairs themselves are pretty wide. They're around 6 or 7 foot wide each step.
Why don't I put some rope over, huh? Does someone have rope?
I got all kinds of rope, and I
Okay.
gave my good rope to Lydia.
I have 50 feet still.
I hold out my hand
Should be more than enough.
You guys have
for
There you go.
someone's
ways to get
rope.
over.
I have fishing line.
Yeah. So, Amunj, you're just going over, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump over.
And your
Monk
strength is
shit.
18, right?
Uh,
So you have a plus
yeah.
4. So yeah, you have a plus 4, so you can jump 4 feet. You and jump and land on the around 5 foot or so ledge that is in front of this crack. You
Well, yeah. So I was
immediately
gonna. I have the.
as there is air just being pulled out of this crack. It's clearly hollow, and there is something in there.
Ooh.
Okay, if people want to jump, I can catch them, or if you want to throw someone, I can catch. Or
Yeah, I mean, I
can
can't.
rope.
I can't jump 4 feet. That's like twice as much as I am tall. But I am happy to be thrown. I do want to. I'm gonna have my rope with me, maybe, and I'm gonna make like a lasso. And if I start to fall, I'm gonna use the lasso on you, Amanj.
Okay.
Is there not a nearby tree?
We're on a set of stone steps. But if Amanj wants to hold one end of this rope and Lionette wants to hold the other one, Lionette, you can jump this, right?
Probably. Accidents happen, but it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, so
I can jump this. So if people need me to carry them, or
I mean,
So how much of a fall is it though? If we do miss, do we know?
Make a perception
bad.
check.
A bad fall.
Nobody has any
20.
Yeah, it's certain death.
Okay, I jump back
do
over.
I risk missing? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean,
It's not like my athletics is horrible, but
it's easy enough for me and Des to get carried over, but I don't know if you guys will be able to jump as far as you usually can if you're carrying Lydia or Ian. So I think we need to come up with a system.
I feel like I can carry most
But yeah, there's no
people who aren't heavier than me.
But there's like no trees whatsoever on this mountain.
There are a few here and there, but none that you can see within range.
If I use Entangle, can I control where the vines and weeds grow?
Yes.
So technically, I could cast Entangle and make a vine bridge.
You could, but anyone who steps upon it would be immediately grappled.
I was thinking I have 2 hand axes, and perhaps we can make a makeshift bridge.
Cut the mountain down.
No, I mean a tree.
What's the ground like on the other side? I know that the steps are stone, so
It's the ledge on the other side, you mean?
yeah. Is it like scrub or is it stone?
It's stone, but it's only 5 feet, so it can maybe fit like 2 people on there.
Okay. So what if we like Amanj and Lydia are, or not Lydia, sorry, Amanj and Lionette are really strong. So what if we just like tied a rope around each of your waists, and then the others of us can just use the rope to get across and go in the hole until you're done, and then Lionette can jump back across.
I see what you mean, yeah, because as long as one of us has the other end, then no one can fall.
Yeah, okay.
I think that would work.
I'm okay with it. Amanj, I think you're probably going to be the better jumper. I just have a feeling.
Yeah, that's fine. And I jump back over.
Easy. Monk shit.
Yep.
Yeah, and we can use my rope to like make for people who are worried about slipping, or maybe everybody, we can just sort of maybe attach. Or here, actually, we can throw it to you as well, Amanj, and I'm gonna throw the end of my rope over to Amanj.
And grab it.
And we'll tie it to our waist while we're climbing, and then worst case scenario, we fall, but we're still attached to Amanj.
So we're basically making like a zip line.
Yeah.
For people. Cool,
Yeah.
got it.
Phenomenal.
That works.
Dom, let us make a zip line.
It's done. It's happening.
Amazing.
It's done and
Good.
happening. Hyanna's gonna be
Okay.
the first one to go across, I think.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an athletics check with advantage because everyone is helping you.
It's a 20, baby.
20
Dirty
easily
20.
enough. You climb your way over using the rope and slide and land, and you are on the other side.
Cool. I untie my end of the rope and I toss it back over the whatever 5 feet that it needs to go to get to the rest of the group. And then I'm going to slip inside the crack.
Okay. You move in, and it's around a 5 foot, 5 to 10 feet hole that you just move through, and you are in this small opening in what looks to be a cave. Some sort of cave system.
Okay. Is there enough space for all of us to be here?
Oh yeah, in this small room, it's around
Okay.
20 foot by 20 foot.
Cool. And I don't see anything immediately concerning.
Well, give me a perception check. Who's going
All
next?
right.
I motion for Ian or Des to go next.
I motion for Ian to go next.
Ian walks over.
Do you want me
Don't
to
even
Good, or I
worry
was
about
going to
it.
decide for you.
So
Dom, do you want me to re-roll that? Because I forgot to turn off advantage.
I'll just take the first one. So it's 7 plus your 5, so that's 12. No, you don't
Yeah, it's 12.
see anything right now as you're sort of like waiting for the rest of your group to come in. So Ian's coming next.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna give them. Yeah, I'm just gonna give them the go ahead. Like, yes, this is okay.
So Ian's going next.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics check with advantage, please,
Okay.
if you would. Just don't roll low.
Yeah, I mean, can I prepare an action to catch people if they or like grab someone? Yeah.
10 is exactly what you needed.
Ouch. Ouch.
You swing and just barely hit the side of the ledge and hold on for dear life, and then pull yourself up onto the ledge. Your feet were dangling for a second. You could have fell very easily, but you just
I give a
managed to
thumbs
get on.
up. Like,
I clap her on the shoulder and be like, "You did it!"
woo.
Okay, who's next?
After watching that, I definitely get Lydia to go next.
Lydia gulps and says, "Easy."
Go ahead and make an athletics check with advantage.
Got it.
Uh-oh.
With advantage.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So
I did say I prepared a reaction
Yes.
to connection.
So as a 7.
I mean, you are tied
Lydia.
on, right? So the worst thing that happens
Yeah.
is you fall to the end of the rope.
Yeah. Rope can snap. So, as you are pulling yourself across, you lose handle on the rope. And Amand, you just watches Lydia says, "Easy, got this." And then 3 seconds into her climb, loses her hands and just begins to drop.
I
Go ahead
want
and
to.
give me an acrobatics check.
Okay,
10.
that's a 10.
You grab onto the rope that is holding her, and and you sort of feel the rope crush your midsection, and it hurts, and you are just dangling there. You are just seeing the 1,000 or so foot drop in front of you now, Lydia.
Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
pull the rope up.
Okay, go
If
ahead
I
and give me an
can.
athletics check.
Okay.
Oh, God.
23. No bother. You and pull the rope, and watch as Lydia slowly begins to ascend once more, and you grab her collar and pull her onto the ledge.
No harm, no foul. You
I
okay?
hug Amanj.
Aw.
Amanj, go
hug
ahead
her
and give
back.
me a perception check real quick.
Oh no! They're taking advantage of my love. 13.
Don't worry about it.
Fuck. Okay.
So who's next?
Is
I might
Lydia
stay over
hurt?
here.
No, just my ego.
Just FYI, your mic is making the crunchy noises again.
It's doing the crunchies.
Stop eating your mic.
I'm actually disgusted in everything. Is everything fine now?
Yes.
Seems like it's okay.
Just have to unplug it back in.
I'm gonna beckon at Des and be like, come on, it's no problem, I'll catch you. Or you can have Lionette throw you if you prefer.
You can do it, Desmond.
Okay, what is it? Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics, with advantage.
I got this. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
You
We're
can
gonna
do
go. 3, 2. After 1, I'm gonna go. Oh yeah.
17. Okay, Desmond, you
Good job.
jump and just hold yourself there and very slowly climb. Holding yourself up, you see Desmond is struggling a little bit, but he looks determined to get over there, and eventually he swings and lands.
I'm like,
See your aces. You're totally.
best adventurer.
You are.
I want to give him a hug.
Good job, Desmond.
And then, because you're strength 18, Lionette, you can actually jump over no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, you just 4 feet, and you're on the other side. So.
Hyana gets her rope back from Amanj.
Yes.
Indeed.
That went super well.
Yeah, like I said, easy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, did
A
everybody
good
make it
omen
over
for.
okay?
Yeah, the spooky cave.
So.
Yeah, I've just been having a look. Doesn't seem like anything's too spooky yet, but I don't have dark vision, so if anybody who does wants to like look and tell me if I've just been standing in front of like a big monster or something this whole time, that'd be great.
Okay. I will go in.
Okay, you
Yeah.
enter first and look around. Go ahead and give me perception check.
16.
16. Okay. Looking around, you see 8 giants. No. You look in this small room that's around 20-25 feet wide that has small outcroppings going around to the north and the northwest and well, what would be to you would be like the northeast and the southeast. Just these small outcroppings, and then what clearly is a path that goes further into whatever this is. You do see to the north side a pile of what looks to be old bones that are just scattered next to the wall.
I'm gonna say, oh my god, Hyana, there's bones everywhere.
Just like everywhere.
Yeah.
Human
And then
bones?
I do the produce flame and show the fact that there are not bones everywhere.
Okay, and the room lights up, and you all look in and see. I'm actually going to bring you guys over to a map.
So there were
Uh-oh.
some bones.
I would like to pick up a bone and inspect it to see if it's
Paleo bones.
human
Rattle
or
me
elf.
bones! So, go ahead and place you guys over here where you're entering. And wherever you wish to be. And you're going to inspect the bones, Lydia?
Yes, please.
Ian would like to do.
Well, what are you inspecting them for?
I want to see if they're elven or human.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Ian wants to take one.
Can't
With
Okay,
my
you
free
can
hand,
also-
I'm still going to light a torch for extra light.
14.
Guess you're here. 14. And there's a torch now as well. Okay, good to know.
I am going to cast dancing lights just to.
This room is fucking lit right now. It is
Such a
It's
fine.
lit.
too bright now, Desmond.
It's fucking lit,
sorry.
bro. It's litty. So, Ian, you can also make a medicine check if you wish.
Okay.
Remember to turn off your advantage slider, Desmond.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Don't do what I did.
never do what Hayana did. Waiting for that medicine check, Ian.
That's-
One day.
Give me a minute.
Oh, there you go. 11. Okay. Lydia and Ian, you sort of look at the bones, and picking them up, you sort of look at the skull, and there is a fully intact humanoid skull there that you sort of pick up. And looking at the bones, it looks like it's weird. They haven't been like picked of their flesh in any way. There are no bite marks. There are apparently Lionet's dead. There are no bite marks. There are no scratch marks. It's very hard to actually tell how this creature died. But looking at the skull, it is definitely human.
Ooh. We're dealing with human killers, guys.
I mean, that's most things. So,
I was hoping
is there
they'd be
a
little animal.
yeah? Is there a door out of this room
There seems to be a
or a way out
pathway
of this room? I
going
should say.
this way, which I can reveal because you guys are there. So, there.
Our torch is 15 feet radius?
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. I did it.
Yay. What's the drop like here if this path is here?
The drop?
Or is there a drop? Or is
Why is
it
Lydia there?
completely like
Is it walls like a cave, or is there?
The
It's like a platform.
the walls seem to be fairly natural.
Okay, so it's like a tunnel
Yeah.
into a thing and not like over a larger cave.
It seems to be a tunnel into some sort of system of caves. Yeah.
Cool.
Ian is gonna take some of the bones for reasons. So.
Druid
Okay.
reasons, fair enough. Okay,
Druid reasons.
so go ahead and add human bones to your inventory.
Thanks.
And you guys can start moving yourselves as much as you wish. So, you guys are moving your way through and revealing this area now. Amanj and Hayana, you just... Well, actually, it'd just be Amanj, technically. You can just barely see there is another opening, like another
Amanj
room
has
almost.
produced flames, right?
Yeah, I have produced flames up. So
Yes, you guys can basically see all of this, it's fine. You see that there is another room there.
then
What's
I'm
your-
gonna try to be stealthy.
Okay. go
What's
ahead
your
and give me
radius
something.
on produced flames? Just curious.
That's a great question.
I think
10
it's
feet.
10 feet.
Good to know.
Well, it's bright light for 10 and then in dim for addition.
Yeah. Hyana's staying real close to Amanj.
The rest of you moving in
22.
behind them.
I got a natural 20 on stealthy.
Amanj
yes.
disappears.
Oh no.
He becomes the flame.
Becomes
Oh.
the shadow.
While somehow
I am the
also
night.
being on fire.
He's the knight. Okay. Is anyone else making stealth checks?
Yes, sorry.
Okay. Whoever wants to, everyone go ahead and make stealth checks. Ooh. Okay.
Bye.
Ian got a natural 1, but she's all the way at the back, so it doesn't affect us, right? Ha 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 ha.
Lionett is at 9.
9.
Oh, she's
Desmond is at 7. So that.
I'm always at disadvantage because I'm in chainmail.
So unfortunately, yeah. So unfortunately, that is a group fail.
That was real rough, guys.
So you guys are not being very
Ka-chunk.
stealthy. You hearing clink, clink, and like Lydia, Ian, and Desmond just like talking at the back, just like,
Fucking, like,
what is this
strumming.
place? This is so cool, guys.
Lydia's
Yeah, we-
tuning her
Top of the
lute.
run.
I think that's a femur.
I just want to whisper to Hayana, I'm going to kill them.
Please don't just they mean well.
What's
I
a
know.
femur?
I mean,
But
it
I
had, like,
understand.
looked like a cat, but it had
Ian, what's a
wings.
femur?
I don't know what that. I've never seen anything like that before.
Ian, femur.
That's
Is that a
crazy.
word? Or is she making stuff up?
You guys,
Making things.
It's a
Hey,
femur.
Hayana, what's a femur?
oh my
Oh,
god.
it's a bone
Yeah,
in your
that doesn't
body.
know what a femur is. I know what a femur is.
It's a thigh bone.
See?
Exactly.
Go ahead and start moving yourselves, by the way, to where you want to be. Because.
I'm just gonna wait for everyone else to pass her.
Okay. So.
For your information, Desmond, I am very knowledgeable about bones and stuff.
Wounds.
Does not surprise me.
It's called
Boning.
anatomy.
So, as you guys are moving now, I do. You
Uh-oh.
begin
It's
to
getting
begin to
spicy.
hear. No, this is not the right music for this. I'm just fucking with you. You begin to hear this of dripping water just in front of you in the next room. That sort of
Can I tell where it's coming from?
looking into the room, you can actually see just here. As Amanj and Hayana and the rest of you go ahead and move yourselves into this room wherever you wish to be, you guys look in and see the majority of this room now. Now that I'll zoom out a little bit. You see at the back there is this pure metal iron yellow colored door that has a very peculiar symbol upon it that I'm actually gonna... The best way for me to do this, because this is an old thing that I did, and this is actually on paper. So I'm gonna send this in Discord and then put it onto my computer and then put it onto the stream. Because we're cool like that here at Big Dice Energy.
Woo-woo.
If it looks cool, it'll also be on Instagram.
Yeah.
Indeed.
It doesn't. You should feel bad, Dom.
Follow
So if
us.
it's not on Instagram,
Honestly,
it doesn't look cool.
It's fair. So,
Cute.
you see that the door itself is generally plain, apart from this one symbol that you see. That I'm sending to the Discord now.
We're waiting with bated breath.
There you go.
Ooh.
Ooh, that is a cool. It will go on Instagram.
Yeah. And I'll grab that real quick and...
This decision was made.
Put a filter on it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Rio de Janeiro with that one.
grab that, and I know how this works. I can just put an image, search, desktop, there it is. That's very, very big. I fucked up. I fucked it all up. Sorry, everyone.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Please, somebody distract.
This is gonna come across really good if we ever turn this into a podcast as well.
That's the magic of editing.
Sorry, I'm back.
So
Can I roll a religion on this symbol?
you can roll an Arcana or a History.
Sure.
Either one.
I would like to roll. They're both the same for me, so I'll roll an
This is
Arcana.
the symbol that you guys see. Put that there.
Oh, it's a 15. It's not bad.
15. Unfortunately, you've never seen this symbol before.
Hey, but at least I know I've never seen the symbol.
As you guys sort of enter the room and look, Hayana, you take a couple steps forward and then begin to hear,
Hi!
as you look to your left, just over here.
I look in the water. Oh, over there.
And because you're like
Hello-
looking this way, so
hello?
that'll be your left, you look over and see something coming around this corner, and then another one behind it. You see these two large, green-skinned, floating, almost spheres of flesh,
Yeah.
with one gigantic large eye in the front, this
Oh, no.
big toothy maw, and these teeth that sharp and dagger-like, a tongue that just comes out of the mouth and swings, and then as the eye in the center blinks, you see that there are these growths, these stalks, 4 of them that come off of their entire bodies, with more eyes that blink at the same time.
Oh.
You see these two
I've
creatures.
never seen anything like this before, hey?
See these two creatures. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Sure. 17.
17. You have read a little bit about aberrations and how they work.
Okay,
This is
sorry, your mic is doing the thing.
I'm very angry. This is a fucking 150-pound mic. So you have read into aberrations a little bit, and you do recognize these creatures. They are lesser known about, well, not lesser known about, and also not as strong creatures, known as spectators. They are man-made beholders that are tasked with guarding, essentially. Sort of watch as they begin to float around the corner around 5 feet off the ground, and just,
Who are you?
and the other one then goes,
Who are you?
Hyena, I'm sorry. What are you guarding up here? I'm just curious.
Hey, Anna.
you watch as this one begins to float this way, as this one begins to float this way.
I'm gonna like slowly be like getting the crossbow ready.
They sort of just stare there for a second, then look past you guys and see the other 4, and just,
Oh, friends. New friends, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
New friends.
Yes. Work for master, yes? Hey, Anna, work for the master, yes?
Yeah. Sure.
You watch as their tongues just come out of their mouths and just swing for a few seconds and then back in. The eyes all blink at once.
Who you?
And looks at Amanj.
Amanj Keahi.
Amanj Keahi. Yes. Yes.
Should we go through the door for
Oh.
the master?
They both turn to each other for a second and then just turn back.
What is password?
So, can I roll an insight on them? And the thing that I want to insight is, are they just assuming that we work for their master, or do they actually recognize our names?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
It's a 5, baby.
They
I
are
wish that had been a 1.
extremely weird creatures to read. They don't have the natural mannerisms of any person you have ever met, but they clearly have sentience.
Too many eyes.
Very many eyes, yeah.
I'm just gonna say, okay, crap, what's the name of the dude whose house, who, like, that lab belonged to?
Durwood.
Roderick.
And what's the name of his company?
Gillies.
Hey.
I'm gonna say Gillies.
So you just say Gillies?
Gillies? Yeah.
They turn to each other. Turn back.
No. It's masters.
The password has changed.
Huh? They look
There's
at
a
each
new
other.
password you didn't update.
Make a deception check.
I love that.
I don't know why I keep trying to do these things and I don't have any charisma.
Oh my god!
19.
Nice.
I need to fucking roll something.
It's because I usually play bards, but we already had one.
Some insight. Okay, so they both of their eyes just look at one another, just move independently from the rest of their bodies, and then they just
No. Nix. You know of new password, yes? No, Nax. Me no password.
the other one just looks, apparently called Nix and Nax. You have now learned.
Oh, that's awkward. You weren't told. Oh.
Master not come for long time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why he sent us. He couldn't come, and he wanted you to know the new password, and he wanted us to check that everything's okay.
So send 6.
Well,
Our
never
sisters
know.
with you?
They asked me if their sisters are with us.
Our sisters with you.
No sisters.
Just us for now.
Just for now. We, like I said, he couldn't come
We
for a long
only
time.
ever talk to sisters. And master.
Well,
Yes, and
6
master.
six new friends, right? He thought you might be getting lonely.
You sort of watch as this one begins to move closer to the other one, and their eye stalks just begin to intertwine.
It's a spectator hug.
Basically. They both just
Hyana
look at each other.
Hyana takes a step forward with like her hand outstretched, like in a handshake.
They slowly move. They quickly move backwards.
Ah!
We're friends, right?
Well, Nix, we should ask what the password is, yes? Nax, that is a good idea, brother. Yes.
And they just look at you.
What is new password?
The new password is Skillies.
Would make sense, Nix. Yes, would make sense, Nax.
And they close their eyes a little bit and stare. Go ahead and give me another deception check.
Does that have to be for me?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because you're trying to sell something that a munch started.
I really am. 15? It's not
15,
terrible.
yeah.
They don't seem that bright.
Fuck. Yeah. You watch as they just...
Gillies? What does Gillies mean, Nix? We don't know, Nax. Maybe new password, yes. Yes! New password indeed.
Yeah, if it had any meaning, it wouldn't be a very good password. Then anybody could guess it.
But last password makes sense.
Well, times have changed. It's gotten more dangerous. That's why we had to be 6.
Either that or it means something to the master. What are we gonna do? Ask?
Is Gilly a new prisoner?
Maybe I don't ask questions. I just do what the master tells me to do.
Well,
They just both look at each other extremely confused as you've just fucked with them completely.
It's a rough time for them, yeah.
I can't believe it was us, the 2-0 charisma characters.
Fucking wild.
I'm so proud.
They just look at each other very confused and then just...
last password was Hunter lives here. Yes, but Hunter no longer lives here, so maybe Gilly lives here now. Is one of you Skillies?
Yeah. The see that short boy at the back?
They both look past and look at Desmond.
That's our friend Giddies.
Oh. Very well then, very well. Come.
And they slide apart.
Thank you.
Is this door just like openable if I
You walk
push on
up
it, or does it look
and
like
looking
it's...
at it already, it looks slightly ajar.
Cool, I I'm put gonna a open hand it. high on his shoulder and another on Amanja's and say, I am impressed. So impressed.
Fucking...
Just beam at her.
Yeah. Hannah looks very proud. I'm gonna open this door.
These charisma-based checks the past few sessions have been
That was
fucking
incredible.
wild. So,
Inspiring.
you guys just... And it looks like what essentially would be a vault door. And you open it with a lot of strength pushing on it, and there is enough of a gap now for all of you to slink in and have a look.
And then we do it.
And then you died.
No.
So, looking in. Walking in and looking into the room, it looks to be a carved out room of some kind. Not natural in any sense. You see that there are many boxes and barrels and a few chests that, from where you're looking, have all been either destroyed, burned, or opened.
Cool.
And you see the weirdest sort of thing is directly in the middle of the room, a single steel chair is chained to the floor with burnt, broken manticles next to it. There are
Oh.
desks overturned, and burned papers all over the room. Go ahead and give me perception checks.
Perception, okay. 12.
12.
10.
10. 3.
3.
12.
Oh my god.
12 is fine. Looking around and sort of taking it in for a second, Lion, as you walk in, I'll move you into the room now. So you're in here. Sort of looking in, you do see, as you're walking around and inspecting the room, at the back of the room, there are very familiar burnt-in horse hoof prints in the floor.
What?
Oh, the
Ooh.
hunter.
That don't appear to come or go anywhere.
Okay, cool. Can I do an investigation check?
Absolutely.
$16 to investigate this room in finer detail.
Absolutely. So you look around the room, and with a 16, you open a few boxes, open a few chests, and you do find a few things in here. Everything else has either been burned or taken, it seems. But you do find what looks to be a small case of some kind that you sort of open and see that there is a vial of some sort of yellowish liquid within. And then after around 2 more minutes of looking for something, you do find what looks to be a water decanter that just strikes you as odd to be in this room. It feels full, and it has these small glyphs around the actual cap of it.
Can I do an Arcana check and see if I
Sure.
see anything?
Yeah.
I do not.
It's a decanter.
That's a 3. Hey, anybody who's more versed in magic than me, do these symbols mean anything to you? This feels weird.
Ian, you did good with that lock. What do you think?
Oh, I'm pretty good with it too.
And you look at it, and it's just a decanter.
I remembered that I am good at it. Can I see it?
Sure, go ahead. This will be the last one.
absolutely.
Oh, I thought that was just Lydia being
Oh.
Lydia.
Okay.
Nope, it wasn't, because I got a natural 20, bitches.
Lydia, you take a second and look at it, and sort of lift it up and look in the light, and it definitely has runes on the cap, and it's definitely magical in some way. With a natural 20, I'm gonna say that you just sort of shake it for a second, and then, oh, you know what this is. You open it and just start to pour the water out, and it just keeps coming, and it just keeps coming.
Oh,
Just keeps coming, almost like it is endless.
awesome.
Are you trying to drown us?
I need the toilet.
Just testing. And I put the cap on. Let's see, I'm pretty sure this is an endless water bottle.
Excellent.
That's helpful.
That's
Is it
incredibly
do anything
useful.
else, or is it just always has water in it?
Well, there's some runes on it. I don't know. Does anybody read runes?
You could assume that that's what makes it endless.
Oh, okay.
That's how enchantment works.
Now it's
Can I
magical.
try to make the shape the water? I need to practice.
Make a
Awesome.
wisdom
Still
check.
pouring it
This
out.
isn't the time.
I'm sitting in the chair whilst he does it. I'm
21.
relaxed.
A 21.
You get down on your knees and watch the water as it slowly begins to set into the stony ground and go through the cracks, and you concentrate for a second. You concentrate. You guys watch as Armand is just concentrating on the ground, on the water right now. And his nose suddenly begins to just bleed. And his eyes begin to twitch.
Amaj?
Just a minute.
And then you watch as the water on the ground begins to bubble and steam up.
Is that what you meant to do?
And then you
No.
and let go, and you watch as the water just and most of it just turns into steam.
No, that wasn't what I meant to do. I wipe my nose. It's fine. Sorry. Thought I should try.
No, yeah. I mean, you gotta practice when you can practice. Can I look in more depth at the chair and the hoof prints? Like, does there seem to be anything more that I can see from that?
Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll end super soon.
Cool.
But you looking at it, it's fucking weird. It's like they just appeared in this room and then went nowhere.
Okay, and the chair that's like chained to the ground, that's all like burnt up. Like, are the chains melted or
The
are they
manticles
broken?
themselves appear. Whatever was being held in this chair, the actual manticles themselves just appear to be burnt open. Not melted, but the actual mechanics inside of it appear to have just been snaps from sheer force of fire. Of
Okay,
heat.
so this dude like exploded out of his chair, basically.
Maybe.
All right.
Ange, could you do something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool. You got any family in the area?
Ah,
Might be
no.
Oh.
No, my mom is my only family, and she isn't. She doesn't have those things.
Huh. Hyanna's gonna work her way back towards the door because I want to know if these two boys know anything.
Okay, you open the door, and as you're walking towards the door, you hear.
We should, shouldn't we, Nix? Yes, we should, Nix. The master tells us so. They should not be in here, Nix. No, they should not, Nix.
Oh, you guys, we got a problem. I like run back to the group.
Hey!
You,
Oh, we're not
you
supposed to
all
be in here.
hear.
Hey!
And then the
Yeah.
It's a dead
doors.
end. Let's go.
The doors open inwards towards you guys.
Yeah.
As floating next to the doors, as the door nearly comes off of where it is hinged, it is smashed up against the wall now. You watch as the two spectators, Nix and Nax, look up, their eyes bloodshot now, and they just...
The master knows. He doesn't like you, does he, Nix? No, Nix.
And they just begin to... Their eyes become fully enveloped in this red. And then they just... Their tongues just come out of their mouths and just dangle there for a second. And their eye stalks ready themselves and flex almost and begin to glow.
Well, I don't like the look of this.
And that's what we'll go ahead and end the session. So,
Nice.
interesting session. You guys did some cool shit.
Did we
Good
actually
talking.
get 4 hours up the mountain, or did we just get sidetracked by this other thing that was on the left side?
You guys like got sidetracked a lot, but that's fine. That's what you guys do. So,
Alright.
what
fantastic.
adventurers
be
do.
important.
Adventurers do, by the way. So, interesting session. We'll see you guys next week for the continuation of this, and maybe we'll see
Maybe,
what
possibly.
awaits everyone at the top of the Uwn.
We're not gonna
Or
be
not.
here next week.
Oh yeah, we're not here next week.
Somewhere else, or we're nowhere. One of
Yes,
those
we'll
two.
be doing
Sorry,
something
Sat.
else. We'll be doing something else next week, or we will be off next week. Again, go ahead and follow our socials, either !Twitter for mine, or !BDE for the Big Dice Energy official Twitter, and we'll be keeping people up to date on those as to what is going on for next week's session. So, until then, thank you guys so much for watching. We love your faces, and don't do what Hayana did.
I mean,
Always
let's
bring a
just leave it
rope.
at that.
See you guys next week. Hope maybe
Bye.
or not. Maybe in 2 weeks. We'll see you guys whenever we do. Bye. Love your faces. Bye. Yes, indeed.
Bye.
Bye.